Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone and welcome to 1/6 Figure Focus, and you're very welcome back to another episode of Visions, a series of live streams where I sit down and discuss the past, the present and the future of a collector's journey. This one's a particularly special one, and for that reason I've actually brought backup with me. I brought support as well with me for this one. I usually do these interviews one-to-one, but I thought, you know what, it's going to be a bit more fun doing it if we have a few people. So I'm going to bring in Phil, aka Rogue One Photography. Phil has been a supporter of my channel since day one. He was commenting on my videos. I presume he was liking the videos. Maybe he was giving me the thumbs down. I don't know. He was, when I put together the Hope Show, he was one of the first people who we got on, and he's a very talented photographer and he's a good friend. So I said, look, we got to bring Phil on, and plus Monday nights don't suit as much anymore. So I said, you know what, we'll bring you on for this. And so thanks a million for giving up your time, Phil. He had such a good time the last time that Dean said he'd come on again, and he's fresh from putting up his fantastic Negan review. And last but not least, the man of the hour, we have Justin, aka Justin's Collection. Gentlemen, thanks for giving up your time. How are you doing today?
Really good,
Good?
thank you. Yeah,
Good.
So
Very good.
So we
starstruck, mind blown. I can't believe I'm here with this.
Phil,
Three
we stream every week, man. Don't be startled.
I know, but it's legends of the game, isn't it? So to be involved with this, is
maybe the
absolutely-
bottom two, not the top two. Maybe
No.
even you and the bottom two. But thanks very much for the three giving up your time. We're going to get straight into it, folks. I'm going to do a warm up question. So just for fun, we got a warm up question there, and what I want to ask everyone and people in the chat, feel free to take part. If you had to pick three of your favorite movies, and it doesn't have to be your exact three, it doesn't have to be in any particular order, off the top of your head, three of your favorite movies, what would they be?
Who we
You wanna go
starting with,
first?
Shane?
Go for it. Go for Phil. We'll go with you.
Return of the Jedi. Endgame.
No
Dark
bad
Knight
picks here.
Dark Knight Returns.
Dark Knight Returns. The animated one, or just the Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight.
The Dark
Sorry,
Knight.
not the
Justin,
animated.
what do you think?
Very difficult question, but those are some great picks, Phil. I haven't given it much thought, but on the spot, probably Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm not sure if everyone's seen
That's
that
a
one.
wild
but
movie, man.
I
That is a
absolutely
deep
love that
cut.
movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, though, right? I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a completely wild. I actually really liked it. It was a fresh take.
It's a brilliant movie. And Grand Budapest Hotel. Love that one as well. I don't know, third one. Maybe Empire Strikes Back. Maybe.
Gotcha. No bad picks. Dean.
I'll say Batman Begins, Dog Soldiers,
You're on mute,
and oh man, The Crow. Yeah,
The Crow.
Dog Soldiers
Dog
is-
Soldiers, and Batman Begins.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go for three sequels. I'm gonna go Aliens, T2, and Dune 2 because he's already said the Dark Knight. So come on, you know.
oh,
Right. So
Aliens, T2, Predator. Oh, forget about it.
no bad picks.
Jaws.
No bad picks.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
many.
yeah. We've got a movie game later on. It's very simple, but I think you might enjoy it. So, right. So we're going to start off. I'm just going to ask you a few questions, Justin. So, like, there's three segments. It's the past, the present, and the future. Your collecting journey. So, I have some questions here, and so can you take us back to like the very start, like as a collector. Can you remember like where you heard of these Hot Toys, these 1/6 scale figures? Like when was it and how you first heard? Can you remember the exact moment you're like, what is that? And then it sparked your interest. Can you remember what the figure was or when it was or how you heard of them?
I can actually. It was, I think, around 2011-ish. And I was looking for something collectible because I was loving the Dark Knight trilogy at the time, I guess. I think we all were. And I was looking for something. I was looking for like a cowl or a statue or something. and I stumbled across the early Dark Knight Hot Toys figures, and their website was, because I found it through the Hot Toys website. I was on their terrible, like it was terrible then, and it's still terrible now.
It's
like an
clunky
awful
as,
age-
man. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah.
It's so bad. But I found that website. I was like, is this real? Like, because back then they looked amazing, right? I was like, wow, how are these things even real? But I didn't buy anything because I was a kid in high school. Like, I couldn't afford to buy them. But that was the first moment where I found Hot Toys. I was in my like little study area. Probably should have been studying, but I found these figures. And then from that moment on, I was like, okay, I need to have one of these. And then about a year later, someone was selling on a Transformers forum of all places, a loose Mark III plastic, like the original one with like all the pink panty fading issues. And it was like, it was an awful figure, but I was like, okay, I need to have that. Like, I love Iron Man. So I bought it, and it was quite terrible, but I loved it. And it wasn't until Man of Steel, that figure came out, that I really got into it properly. And I was like, okay, here we go. I need to get this. And then BVS was coming out. And I remember I was working at the time, and a friend of mine who I used to work with, he was also like, we need to get these figures. Like, we both loved the films, even though they weren't, masterpieces, I guess. But we were like, I need to have BVS Batman. And it was when I found Dean's review of the Nightmare Batman. I was like, how did this guy get it early? And then that was the first moment where I found
Dean,
Hong
this
Kong
is all your fault. This is
resellers.
it.
Yes. I was like, I need to have that. I spent ages looking. I was like, I found it on eBay, and then I got it early as well. This was before I'd even, like, years before I started the channel. I was like, because I'm a very impatient person. I was like, I need to have this. Like, I need it now. So it was through Dean's channel that I found, being able to get figures a little bit earlier. So I got that Nightmare Batman. I paid way too much for it, but worth it, Dean. Thank you.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff.
Oh yeah, I used to pay stupid money on eBay, man. Jesus, it's terrible. Some of the prices
Evil
on there
Bay.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Now.
I can't actually
Yeah.
hear. I can't hear Dean. Is that a problem on my end?
I can hear him. Yeah, it's
I
weird.
think you
So,
guys
like,
can hear
myself-
it fine. I can't hear
Testing,
you. Should I
Yeah.
drop
testing,
out and
testing.
come back in?
Yeah, maybe drop out and come back in.
Okay, let me try that. Give me 1 second.
Or
I'm
I
so
wonder,
sorry. I
do
must
you
be
have
having-
Could
one
always,
or two AirPods in? I wonder is something
Oh,
that's
it's
stereo.
Dean on
I
the
just got one at the moment.
That's
I
true.
wonder, is
me.
it just in the left or something?
Hello, hello, hello,
Let's
hello,
try.
hello, hello.
Any luck?
hello.
No, I
We
still
can
cannot
still hear
hear
him.
Dean. No. Okay,
Then
okay,
maybe-
okay. Let me.
Yeah.
Why?
Maybe
why
drop
just
out and come
think-
back in.
I'm so sorry. I'll
It's
come
alright,
you
it's
back.
alright.
I'll be back in 1 second.
Don't worry, but I'm just going to address the chat really quickly. I'm going to ask Dean the same question in a second. So, folks, thank you very much for joining us. So, as usual, the pinned comment in the live chat is the link to become a channel member. No obligation. Greatly appreciated. And shout out to all the channel members. We've got Natalie Harris. We've got Keith Lee. 1 second. Is he back? I just, if you're watching there, Justin, when you left, you didn't actually leave, so I just had to remove you then, so I'm waiting for you to come back in. There we go. That's weird. Now I've added him, and he's not he's not back. Wait, oh, there's another. Here we go.
Oh.
What about now?
Hello, 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 hello.
I can hear Dean. Okay, perfect. I changed browsers, so I guess
Oh, you
that's
can
all.
hear me?
Yeah. Which browser are you using now? Is it?
I was on Safari. Now I'm on Chrome.
Yeah. I find
Right.
StreamYard actually works better with Chrome. Sorry.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Sorry, Dean.
No, you're all right. Don't worry about it.
No, no, it's all
I'm
right,
just
man.
gonna quickly go through some of these chats. So we have Jonas in the chat, a channel member. Thanks very much. Of course, we have Phil here, a channel member and panel member, and Wielder of Blue Wrench, and he's not afraid to use it. We have Bailey. It's a you. I can't pronounce that. I'm glad you're here. I just cannot pronounce it. Philly Z. Thanks very much for being here. We got
Oh,
Ben
Philly.
Thomas
Hello,
here,
sir.
and Philly the photos.
Muppet Thomas, eh?
We got
Hello.
Dogito. Dub Toys, Adam, thanks very much for watching. 16 Dude,
Jesus.
thanks very much. What was, I didn't even read the comment there, was it?
I hope
Ju-
that Justin told Howard to do better at San Diego Comic Con. I'm so sorry, Dumb Toy. I did not tell Howard to do better.
Did you meet him at SDCC?
Yeah, I saw him a few times at SDCC. He's always respectful, And I always try to be respectful with him. I see him every year in Hong Kong usually, but this year he was in San Diego and so was I. We say hi, take a selfie, but I kind of just leave him alone because I don't want to, take up.
Is he
too
one
much
of these
his time.
people who's so stoic that is almost intimidating? Or am I
100%.
completely wrong? Right, gotcha.
Yeah, he doesn't give you anything at all.
Yeah, you don't know what he's thinking, and
Yes.
That's why I don't like certain farm animals. I just don't know what to think of. I'm not comparing Howard Chan to a farm animal. I'm just saying I don't like when I'm looking at something and I can't read the person or the thing or whatever it is.
I know he likes Pokemon Go though, because I've seen him playing it quite a few times. So maybe
right.
that's my in. I'll start up
Gotcha.
Pokemon Go as well. I've never played it, but maybe I should.
He plays it like at the cons or like.
Yeah, like he was walking like backstage and he was walking like out and he was playing it as he was leaving. I was like, he likes Pokemon.
Gotcha.
Collecting, I guess, but just Pokemon.
Yeah. We got Ryan here as well. Megastar panel. Thanks very much, Ryan. Evening, gents. Thanks very much for tuning in. One Angry Hermit. We got John's Relics, Batman Collectibles, Niculio, JC Collects, S Beam. Thanks very much for everyone for watching. I think we're more or less up. I think I haven't missed anyone there. So just leave another comment there if you haven't. So we got 63 watching live. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Greatly appreciated. The next question. So going back to when you were, it's so funny that you said you shouldn't have been looking at Hot Toys, but it was in a way you were preparing for your future. So it was kind of like homework. But how did you react to the price? Were you like, this is insane, or were you just like, if I save this birthday and this Christmas or whatever, how did you react to the price at the time?
I guess I didn't really have like an idea of what I was looking for because I was used to we would go to Movie World. I'm not sure if you all know what Movie World is, but it's down here in Australia. It's like Warner Brothers theme park.
Oh, right.
And they sell like Batman merch, and that stuff was always crazy overpriced. And I used to go there, I've been going there all my life, since I was a kid. So I would be exposed to that stuff, and I would see their cows, and they'd be like $1,000. So it's like this stuff. I knew already that would be it would be expensive. It would be like a barrier to entry, but it was more like you said, I was like, how do I get this? How much money do I have to save to get this?
Yeah.
But I was also exactly, figure it out. But I was also back in those days obsessed with tech, Apple products stuff. So I was like, I need to get this MacBook Pro. And my parents were like, are you crazy? We're not buying you a MacBook Pro. You have a school laptop. Why would you need that? But I was like, I will work whatever part-time jobs that I have to work to get this. And that was just part of it. I was like, okay, now I want to keep, because I've been, since I was really little, I've been interested in, mostly Transformers and stuff. But I was like, okay, I want these figures. I will make it happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. So then, and some of the through telling the stories, which is great, you naturally have answered some of the questions I was going to ask, so I can just remove them. Which is fantastic. It's good. That's actually great because it's just I'd rather you talk instead of me interrupting you, asking you questions constantly. But so your first ever pre-order, can you remember what that one was?
I don't really pre-order. I don't think I've ever pre-ordered anything.
Yeah.
I usually just buy it. Yes, I usually like I said, I'm very impatient. I pre-ordered statues, actually. That's a lie. Prime 1 statues, I pre-ordered them. But in terms of figures, the whole pre-ordering through Sideshow thing was never really that accessible here, just because the prices are inflated here.
Same in Ireland, yeah.
Yeah, and going through Pop Culture, which is our version of Sideshow, they're 6 months later than Sideshow, which is already 3 or 4 months later than everyone else. So I'd be like, I it just doesn't suit my type of personality, where it's I need to have this thing now and I need to enjoy it along with everyone else who are enjoying it at the moment, the hype when it comes out. So usually I would just buy stuff early. It was back on eBay, Tim sent back in the day. Thanks again to Dean, for introducing me to that. And then when stuff would drop, I would just quickly fire up the eBay and grab it off there. And it would be back then it was even more expensive than it is now. Every die-cast Iron Man figure I remember, when I saw one drop, I'm like, it's going to be $1,000. Like it was always $1,000 for a die-cast Iron Man figure. Surprisingly, now it's cheaper. So
Yeah.
I guess
That's
better.
$1,000 Australian, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Gotcha. But so with the first one you had in hand, then was that the Mark III Iron
Plastic
Man
Mark
with
III,
the
yeah.
gotcha with the pink pants and the and
Yep.
it must be so funny. Like, do you still have that? Like, could you compare it to like say like because that's funny because it's like I love that Mark III diecast 2.0 with the Ironmonger base. I think it's one of my favorite figures, and I just think it would be so interesting to see how that like makes the other one pale in comparison and the progress that they've gone. Because I know in a lot of your videos, one of the things I like is that like so you actually compare like the newest version sometimes with the oldest version, and it's like sometimes it's just night and day, and it's not until you see them next to each other it's like, whoa, that is actually that's a proper 2.0, or you know what I mean. So the next question, I'm going to hand you over to Phil now, and he's going to take the next two questions, and that will end the past section, just getting it started.
Okay, so did you know that when you started the rabbit hole you were going down?
Not really, no. I was like sort of just whatever I was interested at the time. I think Dean and I both sort of do this. We go down these like rabbit holes of things that we like. It's like this month we're really obsessed with Power Rangers. Well, I'm really obsessed with Power Rangers. Or Dean's like he has a Godzilla phase. It's like
Godzilla.
I do that as well. Yeah.
Jurassic Park, werewolves.
Yes, exactly. And we like flip flop back and forth, but we always have like that core, like the love of those things. So I'm very much the same way. So in that moment, it was the MCU Iron Man stuff. So I was like, okay, I need to have it. But I did not know where it would lead. Even when the BVS stuff was coming out, I was sort of just buying what I felt like buying at the time. But I am a collector, but I'm not necessarily sentimental. Like I'm nostalgic, but I'm not sentimental. So like that first figure, like a lot of people will be like, oh, that's my first one, I need to hold on to it. But I'm not really like that. Like I don't really have a problem letting go of things. So
I know
recently
I know exactly what you mean about that. If I have a better one, and it's like it's the same movie, the same armor. The Mark III is a perfect example. It's like this is superior in every way, and if I can sell and fund a little bit, so yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, but sorry, I interrupted you. Go on. Sorry.
No, you're totally fine. I've just recently I've been slimming down my shelves a lot, and I went to my friend's house, and he's got so many figures in this small space. And I was like, how about, we move this one here? And he's like, no, I can't do it. I was like, oh, but you got 5 of this character. Maybe we could let one go. He's like, no. I'm like, okay, you're not ready. So I'll just leave it. I'm like that. I'm definitely like that as well. I used to be a lot more like I need to have everything. But now I see it I collect a bit differently, I guess.
Cool.
So before you get on to question 7, what was the figure that actually got you into YouTube? Where did you think I have to show the world what these are all about?
It wasn't really like that. It was more a friend of mine, his name's Daniel, still a friend. He was like, Justin, you're getting these figures early. You love watching other people's videos. And I would always talk about with him, like, oh, if I was going to do it, I would do it like this. And I would take a little bit from this creator, a little bit from this creator. And this is how I would do it personally. I find my own voice sort of thing. And every time I got an early figure in, he was like, you need to do it. I was like, I don't think I can do it. He's like, no, you just give it a try. It's something that you might enjoy. You won't know until you try it. I was like, okay, fine. And I was actually doing other YouTube content at the time. I was doing car reviews, which is very different. But I was doing that. So I had some experience anyway, talking to the camera, talking on camera. But it was the Hoth Princess Leia was the first figure that I reviewed. And it's an awful video. I didn't nail it the first go. And it took a while for the channel to get anywhere once I sort of found my format that people resonated with. And then slowly, like over the years, I've just been adding to it things that I felt were missing, things that I could do better. I like to change it, but still keep it. There's a consistency, but you know what to expect, but also add more where I can, if that makes sense.
So essentially, we're blaming Dean again. Sorry, Dean. So, sorry, man. Quickly moving on. So, what's the most disappointing figure you can remember getting, or even have in your collection?
Oh dear, there's a few actually, but probably the most disappointing one was that dusty Deadpool from Deadpool 2. I opened the box, I was like, this number one is not accurate. Number two, I have to stick all the tape on myself, so it's never going to be accurate. And number three, it was just a red figure painted grey, like, which is okay, and that's how it happened in the movie. Like, he was dirty. However, for longevity, you probably just want to make a grey suit, I would imagine. So that was, for me, a very disappointing. Like, I was really looking forward to that one. And yeah.
You obviously have a really good eye for these things then. Like, I'm quite blind to a lot of, particularly like Vaders and Troopers and what have you. I don't have the, even though I'm massive fans of the franchises, I don't have the eye for it, but you clearly have an eye for whatever figure it is you're reviewing or...
I have to be quite passionate about the thing. A lot of people, because I review everything, a lot of people think that I know a lot about everything, but I do not. I know a lot about the things that I'm passionate about. Like Dean with Batman Begins or Michael Myers, like we all have our things, right?
Yeah.
So I would probably not be able to tell you every detail of, Commando, like Arnie's outfit in Commando. I wouldn't be able to do it. Or, something that's specific to like Cobra, for example, Slice. Like, so I wouldn't be able to do it. But Darth Vader, probably, the Batman suit from Robert Pattinson's Batman film. I've seen that suit in person. I've spent a long time looking at like stuff that I've either seen or experienced in person. Like I've got a photographic memory, so that helps. But not everything, just specific things I am.
So hypothetically, then, if they did release a Commando and you reviewed it, would you?
Yes, I would do research. I would watch. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like to
Sorry, go on.
know as much as I can. Sorry.
No, you're okay. Okay. That makes sense because even like the way you described it, there's like certain things like I don't know if it's maybe like I think I know the Dark Knight suit. You know, the DX-19, I'm just going to call it that. I know it's not called that, but it's just an easy way to distinguish it. Or the Batman Begins suit. But then I watch one of Dean's videos and I'm like, man, this guy's on a next level. Like, it's like, I would have never noticed that, you know? Dean, we're going to go over to you before we play a little game before we go on to the present of the collecting journey. But what was the first, can you remember the first Hot Toys you ever saw? And you were like, what is this? I need this in my life.
Man, well, it all started for me with the Takara Batman Begins. That was the first 1/6 scale figure I saw that kind of started it all. And then shortly after that, I remember just seeing the first Hot Toys Dark Knight figures, like the first Joker and the first Batman Begins suit they did that was actually from the Dark Knight movie. I mean, it might have been something before that, like maybe the Predators, possibly, like the ones you had to build.
Like model kits almost.
It's so long ago now. It was 2007, so it's hard to. My brain's starting to fail me. But it was,
that was
early
probably
Dark Knight figures for sure.
I think I think that might be. So was that the Batman Begins suit, but it was branded the Dark Knight. They're the MMS 67 and 68. They were my first two. The MMS 67 and the MMS 68. The Joker and the Batman, and I thought they were like, oh, you can't get better than this. You just can't. And then dial the clock forward, and I'm like, watch a Dean Knight video or two, and you're like, yeah, they gotta go. Yeah. And then like now you're spoiled for choice. Like apart from there is a gap in the market for a movie accurate, high quality 6 scale Batman Begins, whether it's
what's happening or why. That's crazy.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. We're going to play a little game. So this, I'm going to show you. We call this the snap, and basically, I try to keep these current. So I'm going to show the panel. This is for everyone on the panel, myself included, and people in the chat as well. We're going to do this 3 times. So the first time, I'm just going to show you 2 different images. And in this case, I've gone for figures that are topical. And the choice is, you have to choose which one gets Thanos snapped into dust, Infinity War, but it will never come back. There is no endgame. And you can own the other one in this scenario, but you will never get to own one of them. This is just in some sort of strange multiverse. So in keeping with the kind of theme of this week, the inart Negan or the inart Rick. So I know it's not out yet, but if you snap the inart Rick, you'll never own it. You have the Negan, and if you snap the Negan, you'll never own that, and you'll have the Rick. What would you do, Dean? We'll go with you first.
I think Rick is going to be obviously the better figure, but Negan appeals to me more. So it's a weird one, but I probably have to snap Rick, even though I think he's going to be the better figure.
Yeah, that's fair. What about yourself, Justin?
I have seen both of them in person.
Oh,
I
Jesus,
have
no.
Negan. I haven't opened Negan yet. He's here. But that Daryl is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
You still there?
Yes. Sorry. I got a call coming in. I just
Alright.
muted it. So I don't know. It's a really hard decision. I haven't, as I said, I haven't opened my Negan yet. So I'm not, but I think I need to go with Rick.
Okay. I would go with Rick just because I think it's kind of like what Dean touched on. It probably would be the better figure if they nailed the head sculpt and the rooted hair. It's more that he was the main character. That's probably
Yes.
the reason. But at the same time, Negan is one of the best, I think, on-screen villains of all time. But what about you, Phil? What would your choice be? What would you turn to dust here?
Yeah, even though I've got neither of these on order, it's quite a tough one because that Negan looks incredible. But if I wanted a representation of Walking Dead, then I'd snap Negan and keep Rick.
Okay, so keeping with the theme, what happens if it was Negan against Daryl? This might be an
Daryl.
easier one. This could be for the love of the game. I personally have to snap Negan and keep Daryl because that is one of the best prototypes I've ever seen. Justin, what would you keep Daryl and snap Negan or?
Yeah, I mentioned him just a second ago because he was incredible in person as well. And the ones at San Diego Comic Con are all final production. So those ones that were in that Moji case are all final pieces. And I think it looks like the likeness to Norman Reedus was just as good as the prototype, which is they've been struggling with recently with getting their likenesses and sculpts to be as good as their prototypes, which I'm not sure why they're struggling with it. But the Rick and Daryl were both incredible. So I'd probably be with you that I have to keep Daryl as well.
And what about you, Dean? Are you you're gonna keep batting, no pun intended, with Negan? He's still the main man.
Negan. Negan just because he kind of fits with my horror collection better.
That makes sense.
Like if I'm just
That
gonna have
makes sense.
one, because I can customize Lucille as well. I'm thinking about using latex paint to make it look like flesh hanging off the bat.
Oh, that would be so
I can
nice.
have some fun with him.
You're making a tiny 6-scale
But I
Glen
know,
brain.
Someone actually offered me today. I need to get back to them. They offered to sell me a Glen. I just couldn't do it, man. It's so gross.
Yeah, yeah,
The
What
eye
about yourself?
bulging out and
Jesus.
stuff. I was like,
yeah. The eye bulging out gets me every time. What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, I'd be getting rid of Negan on this one.
Last
looks
but not
insane.
least, I'll go with you again, Phil. So yeah, we'll just go top to bottom there.
Bye, Rick. Keep a Negan.
You know what? I think Daryl is going to be a better figure. But I think just for that one figure from The Walking Dead, I'd probably still keep Rick, even though Daryl would be a better figure. What about yourself, Dean?
yeah, I'd probably go with Rick.
Would you like keep Rick and get rid of Daryl, or the other way around?
Oh, I mean, I just think, Rick kind of represents the whole show, whereas I know Daryl's probably going to be the best figure. But I don't know, if it was just between those two, I'd probably choose Rick just as just that representation of the show.
Yeah.
You know,
None of these
but
questions.
I'd like
are
it to be the
that
sheriff's
easy.
outfit.
Yeah, true.
agreed. Yeah.
That murder jacket everyone kind of wants, and he did actually wear it once briefly in an episode in season 8. But yeah, that'd be cool. Someone's going to do it. Topo will do it or something. What about yourself, Justin? If you could only have one, which one would you keep? Which one would you get rid
Same.
of?
I'm with you both. Main character, you got to have. If you're having one representation of Walking Dead on the shelf, then it would be Rick.
Sounds good. Okay, so now we're getting into like the present of your kind of collecting journey. So I'll take the next question. Okay, so now this is a question actually for the two of you. Like you're veterans, you've been collecting for the longest time. What's the biggest leap forward you've seen in the industry during your collecting career? This could be like a company, it could be a specific figure, it could be I don't know, magnetic eyes or whatever. Like, what's the biggest leap forward that you've seen in the industry in your collecting journey? We'll start with Justin. We'll ask Dean as well after.
I think for me, something that I was a big proponent of for a very, very long time was moving eyes with every release. Because they, like now, when I look at a figure that doesn't have moving eyes, and it's mostly female characters, their eyes are like bug eye. Like, I'm like, how did I ever look at this head sculpt? And these were like sculpts that we were like, wow, this is incredible, like 5 years ago. Like, how on earth did we ever look at that and say that it's good? Like, they make such a difference. And unfortunately, now Hot Toys seems to be struggling with like the size of the openings for the moving eyes, where InArt doesn't have that problem as much.
True.
But I'm just so happy that we can adjust to make sure that, first of all, the eyes aren't looking completely dead-eyed, straight in the middle, like no white above or below, just awful, dull, like, you know, deer in headlights look. And we can also sort of work with the expressions that are sometimes built into the sculpts to make them look a little bit different. Like, no figure, even though we all own the same figure, is going to look exactly the same in everyone's collection, because we can personalize it, have the eyes looking different directions, whatever. Just makes it feel a little bit more personal. And I don't want to sound ridiculous saying this, but they make the figures feel a little bit more alive, because you can constantly adjust it and refresh it. And I don't know, I just love moving eyes, and I'm so happy that we're getting it with every figure now. I just wish third party would also catch up and do that. And Sideshow as well, like they're making licensed Beetlejuice stuff. Like, why do they not have moving eyes as well? Like, it's crazy. And the prices are up there, so just do it, maybe.
Absolutely. And what about Dean? What do you think? So you've been collecting for such a long time. What can you notice? Like, what's a really big leap forward you've seen in the last few years, or something that stopped you in your tracks? Can you think of it?
I know what it is for me. Even though by today's standard it's not that great anymore, but I remember when Hot Toys first revealed the first Heath Ledger bank robber Joker, the first one. And it was the first time that they'd ever used a shot from the film behind the figure to make it look like a movie still. I'd been doing that for quite a few years, but I'd never seen them do it before. And I just remember being shocked. Like, I was at work at the time and I had Facebook on the computer because I was kind of tucked away at work. I could have a computer screen, and, you know, I used to play music in the shop and stuff, and I always had Facebook or something open, just checking on what was going on in the hobby, because it was still quite fresh at the time, like maybe 3-4 years. And I just remember when they revealed that one image of the bank robber Joker with the background of the bank behind him, and the head sculpt still is good today. Like, obviously there's way better now, but that at the time when they first showed the bank robber Joker, that was like, oh my god, that looks incredible. Like, they all looked pretty good before, but that was the first one for me where I was like, holy shit. So yeah,
this is one of our friends, and he's a regular around these parts, Mike L. So yo, my boys, I think, okay, I can't pull that off. Way before I got into Hot Toys, Dean was my NECA buddy. A lot of fun on those old school live chatting about 7-inch and quarter scale Zenos and Begins figures. You love to see it. Okay, next question then. So I think, what was the top, you know, I'm going to switch the order of these. I'm not asking you what was like your favorite or the most exciting announcement of the last year or two, because those questions are coming, but like, what was the most out of left field, shocking Hot Toy announcement that you're like, I cannot believe they've actually done this, that's, you know, gone on for pre-order in the last, I don't know, 12 to 18 months?
There's two that come to mind that are like in a good way, like shocking. Alien Queen and Kane from RoboCop 2. Both of those.
They're the right answers, Justin. They're the right
thank you.
answers.
I literally never thought that they would make either of them.
Yeah.
I was like, absolutely no way. But in terms of like, why on earth are they making this? Probably the two Punishers at the same time. I'm like, why? Oh,
There you got balloons.
Oh, thank you. I don't understand why we have two at the same time, and also one's not really accurate to anything. It's so that's like the bad one, I guess. Like, why on earth? But then the other one, Alien Queen and Kane. I still can't believe that they're making them, and I don't know that they know how to fully make them yet. They're probably figuring it out as they go, I would imagine.
Well, I hope they're good because I've got the two of them on pre-order, or as we
wait.
say, they've been poed. Yeah, they've been poed.
Sorry.
Yeah, so what were you
RoboCop
saying?
2 is coming out apparently this month. Like RoboCop
good
himself,
stuff, good stuff.
we don't know about Kane yet, but RoboCop
Yeah,
himself is apparently this month.
Yeah, I sense, like, my spidey sense is telling me that, like, there's going to be Sideshow delay emails for the RoboCane. Just
I think they will
Have
delay
you
it.
heard
Yeah,
anything
I
about
think they-
Jungle Hunter, Justin?
I have not, unfortunately. I have not. I think they might be working on that. I hope they are anyway.
the height.
Mm.
Like,
Well, big
I know,
So
like,
many things.
I've watched Dean and Connor, like, they're like, know the ins and outs of that and stuff like that, and about the Jungle Hunter. Like, I don't have the eye for it, but I really want the Jungle Hunter.
The
But
size, yeah.
thing, the size. If they do a Dutch, which they probably will, they're doing loads of Varnies, it won't look right. Like, the size is one of the main things. And then Dean showed us, like, a photo last week about, like, say, like, how it's supposed to look as the shot when he comes out of the water, and
They're big.
in terms of excitement, though, like, what were the, say, you don't have to give like a top three or anything, but if you can name some over the last, maybe they're the same two you talked about, but over the last like 2 years, like 2026, last year 25, all the what were announcements you were like, yes, by any company?
Okay. First of all, that Seamless Hulk. I've been waiting for I think we all have been waiting for a Seamless Hulk for ages. So that one. And my little one is obsessed with Hulk at the moment, actually. Sleeping with a Hot Toys 2012 Avengers Hulk on the floor of the nursery is crazy. But that Seamless Hulk. Also, the Mondo Turtles. I don't know why nobody's been making 1/6 scale movie style turtles. Like, they're still not 100% like from the 90s movie, but they're like a continuation of the 90s movie. So they're still those movie ones, just with a few more embellishments on the outfit. But I'll take it because I've been waiting for the movie turtles. So that line, when they started announcing it, I was like, absolutely, I must have them. But besides that, I mean, I'm getting to the point where like all of my childhood kind of franchises are represented in a way. Like I had Power Rangers and Transformers, and like it's getting to that saturation point where I sort of have everything that I have been looking for in 1/6 scale. However, now that we're getting 2.0s, it's more of a game of just taking out the old ones and then putting in the new one. I made a joke with my wife the other day. I was like, I'm kind of just buying the same things, just slightly different or slightly better, and then just replacing that. So even with the Transformers, like they'll announce the exact same mold, but with a different paint. And I'm like, oh, I need to have that. It's like, do you though? It's the exact same thing, just painted slightly differently. But that's, I guess, that the point where we're at now. But that is also a good thing because it just means that everything is getting to that point where the quality is so high that it's just, you know, a new mouth plate or a new head sculpt or a new accessory or whatever. And we don't have to replace those things, I guess.
Just on that there, it's kind of a natural segue then. Obviously, like, you know, this is the past, the present, the future of your collecting journey, but obviously yours goes hand in hand with YouTube. Like, on that, say something like, do you ever feel like pressure to, oh, I need to get that and I need to review it, like, or like, do you ever like go, just skip something altogether? No, I'm not getting that. It's just not worth it. It's just not different enough. Or do you ever feel that kind of pressure and pull to?
I do. The videos that take the longest to shoot are the ones that I really don't want to, which shouldn't make any sense, which makes sense, sorry, because, you know, you're passionate about something, it's just easier, like, you know, the video just flows and don't make any mistakes. But the stuff that I don't know as much about, but I still have a commitment to review, those are the ones that I struggle with. And it's not like, I feel like I'm across quite a few franchises, but it's mostly, and I'm so sorry, Dean, it's mostly the horror stuff. When someone will send me like a Pennywise, I'm like, I have no interest in horror. I have no interest in Pennywise. And like, I just can't, I don't know anything about it. And I just can't get excited about it. And I'm just sitting here like struggling with it, and I'm saying the wrong thing. And I have to do like a lot of research. And it's just, it is a little bit tricky to get into it. But usually in the end, I find my rhythm and I can get it done. But there are certain things where I'm like, I really don't feel like reviewing this. And sometimes I just won't, and I'll just pop it in the display and it'll just be something that I enjoy. But I'll never do that with something that people, like a lot of people would like to see. Like if it's a really hot release, like Mr. Freeze is here, and I would love to just open it up and put it in the display, but I know I can't do that. And I have a commitment to do that. And I don't feel pressure from that. I feel, you know, honored to be able to do that. And people actually sit down and listen to my stupid ass talking about something. So I still enjoy doing stuff, even if there is a little bit of pressure sometimes. But the most pressure comes from the companies usually. Right. And I don't work with that many now, but if, I don't want to name any, I don't want to upset anyone, but if a company sends, like a manufacturer sends me a figure that they've made and they've been like dying it for 6 months or whatever, finally it arrives, and then they're like the next day they're like, hey, where's the video? I'm like, I have quite a few things that I need to film first.
You could say, I live in the future. It hasn't even arrived yet, you know?
Yeah, it hasn't even. Sometimes they do. They message me like, where's the video? I'm like, I don't have it yet. When it gets here, like, can I have a tracking number or something? Because they're like, they'll just say like, is it here? And I also feel bad as well, because sometimes smaller creators do that. I'm very transparent usually if they want to send me something. I'm like, hey, I have a backlog of stuff. Just keep an eye on what Hot Toys is releasing, and then that will give you a good idea as to what I have to film first, and then I will get to the thing that you have sent me. It's not that I don't value being able to review that thing. It's just that I do have a workflow and I need to it. The hardest part about doing this YouTube thing like professionally, I don't want to say professionally, it makes me sound like a moron. Doing it full time.
It's accurate though, isn't it? Like that it's your full-time job, I presume. Or...
It is now, yes.
Yeah.
But the hardest part is not the filming. It's everything else, like working with the companies,
right, and
coordinating, like, you know, the scheduling and the accounting. Oh my God, that doesn't get spoken about enough. Like accounting in terms of YouTube is very difficult. Finding an accountant who knows anything about how YouTube works is very impossible. So all of that stuff, yeah.
Because just it's interesting, just because like, you know, like I'm an amateur videographer, reviewer, and it can take hours to do. Anyone who's ever made a review video, it can take hours. It might take days to make something like. And then if you take someone like Dean, who's like on a different level than I am, and I'm like, how do you do that? And how do you do that? And just like the effort that goes in with the music and the different posing. Like posing takes so much time. So it nearly has to. I can understand why it has to be a full-time job. But myself and Dean were talking about something last week, which I think is very relevant. That, like, me personally, like, I'm an 83 baby. I want to watch a long-form landscape video, and I want to watch something like Dean with the music and the scenes. You probably know where this is going. I don't want to watch a YouTube review that's like 30 seconds long. But I will say there are people out there absolutely killing it. Like the Figure Hideout does an amazing job at those reviews. We have a guy that streams with us at Display Lab Collectibles. He's insane at reviews. They're just such really, really well produced reviews, and he puts a lot of time in it. And it's obvious. Like, so my question to myself and Dean discussed this last week. But do you feel pressure to get on the shorts game, like, or would you like, oh no, that's not my thing, I'm not gonna bother with it?
I need to be careful with what I say about short form content. I enjoy all different kinds of content, but for me personally, to create short form content, I have tried it. However, it actually or I think it was 3 actually, maybe 4. Both of the instances where I have had copyright strikes and videos set for Made for Kids, only 2 of them were copyright and 2 of them were for Made for Kids, because if you get 3, your channel gets taken down, were all short form content. So I didn't want to open up my channel to the risk of, I think it might be different now. That was like right at the start when shorts first started happening. But 2 copyright strikes and 2 Made for Kids, both of them the kiss of death for YouTube channel. So I was like, okay, I am not going to risk it with that. But also I have the approach of, I don't want to say it's like the Apple approach, because that sounds kind of up myself. But just, I like to not jump on it and go all in immediately when something first starts happening. I just like to wait and see.
That makes sense.
The more creators that are shifting towards short form, it will leave room for long form content. Because if everyone's making short form and nobody's making long form, then there will inherently be a need for long form content. And I think that's where people who are consistent, like Dean and I, and you guys as well, making awesome content, there will be room, like there will be need for it, right? So I feel like there is still, and shows like this as well, like we couldn't do a 60-second live stream.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? It's like there is absolutely still a need for both.
People might only watch 60 seconds of it, but
maybe. But I think as well, like cinema, like there's always going to be a need for like longer forms of entertainment. Like you're not going to go to a movie theater and watch a 60-second video, you know what I mean? Like there's people do have attention spans for the right style of content, things that they're passionate about, things that they're interested in. I did have a company, a figure manufacturer who I've been working with for years. They've got new ownership now, and they said, okay, well, this figure has just come out. And I messaged them and said, hey, this figure has come out. I'd love to review it. And they're like, cool. Yeah. Will you make a short? And I was like, no, you know that I'm long form content creator. I will only make long form. They just completely ghosted me, and I haven't heard from them since. And it was quite crushing, because I've been working with these people for so long. They make great product, but new ownership, which an entirely new team, like all the people that I was working with at the company, no longer there, been replaced, and very young leadership now as well. And they're like, no, the push is for short form. And one of the reasons why I prefer long form is to build that relationship with the audience. I feel like you need that watch session, and that goes for like impact in terms of the brand that you're talking about. Say you're talking about an in-art figure. If someone's sitting down and watching a half an hour video review about an in-art figure, then there is number one, potentially like genuine interest. And number two, the impression that brand or that brand awareness has on them lasts a lot longer than, say, you stumble across a short on an in-art figure and it's, a great, well-produced short. However, in that session, they're watching 50 other shorts or more. It's quite unlikely that by the 5th or 6th or 7th short removed from the one that they've watched about in-art, that they still remember the product or the brand.
Yeah.
So it's, in terms of companies, I'm like, yes, you get the 300 million views. However, the quality of those impressions aren't quite the same as someone who's sitting down and watching a 30-minute video on your product. Yes, it's a smaller pool. However, that pool is more engaged and probably more likely to show interest in your brand going forward. I feel anyway.
No, you make great points, because even I'm a chemistry teacher. That's what I do, like secondary school or high school, you might call it. And could you put together a 60-second short that shows someone how to balance a chemical equation? You could. It'd be quite cool. It'd probably be helpful, but they'd have to go back and they'd have to look at that same 60 seconds over and over and over again.
Yes.
Or you could teach the class for half an hour and do different examples and model how it's done and get them pair up and go over and repeat. And it'll be a lot more beneficial. Thanks for that. I just want to, we're kind of at, I'm going to hand over to Phil, but before I do, we're still on the present section. We're going to hand over to Phil for a few more questions, but I'm just going to address, I got, wait 1 second, I think we've got some, we do indeed. So we've got 2 super chats, which is great. So thank you very much. I'm going to get them up here now for a second. We have a super chat from John's Relics for $10. Much appreciated. You don't have to do that, but it is greatly appreciated. I live stream with a creator called JC. Would anyone be open to being a guest? We would be honored. I mean, just hit people up on Instagram, I presume. Yeah, that'd be the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
Very much appreciated. And what's the name of the channel? Is it JC or is it John's Relics? Just let us know what the name of the channel is. I'd like to check them out. Thanks very much and greatly appreciated for super chat. We've got Just Keith Lee, $4.99. I appreciate you sharing the story as well, Keith, and always sharing the stories. I really appreciate that, and anyone who does. Justin, was there a defining moment or video that propelled your success in acquiring followers? If so, please share the story. Was there ever like that moment where you're like, whoa, that got, I don't know, X amount of views, whatever, this is insane?
It wasn't really like that. It wasn't like an overnight thing. It was like a gradual thing. However, the trajectory of the channel did sort of, and I think this happened for a lot of creators during that time when we were getting Infinity War and Endgame. Those two, when we were getting figures relatively early around when those movies were coming out, that's what really like kept me going. I was like, okay, this could work. I'm enjoying it more. More people watching. I'm building my audience like around that time, and then obviously it kicked up again from there in 2020, and then on to about 2022, and then after that period, it sort of has dropped down a bit. But I'm noticing that it's very closely tied to the media. So if the movies, TV shows, whatever that are coming out aren't of the highest quality, therefore people aren't interested in buying figures and watching videos about figures. Short form is different because they get sort of fed it via the algorithm and the videos are so short that it gets watched anyway. But long form, I think we were hit quite hard by the lack of quality with the movies, TV shows, etc., that they were making figures from. But now that and it's mostly, I'm talking about the MCU, now that Brand New Day's come out, great movie, very good. I really enjoyed that movie. There's a bit more hype. I mean, it made almost $1 billion in 3 days. So that should tell you that there is definitely a need for it.
Now it's $2 billion.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy.
It's crazy.
I literally, when I pulled up the numbers, because I went to the premiere like it was 4 or 5 days before the movie came out. And then when it came out, I looked at the numbers. I literally thought the website was broken. I was like, I'm sorry, 962 in 3 days? Surely that's not the case. But it was. And I was like, okay. There's definitely a need for quality content. And then like anything Spider-Man that's related to Brand New Day is doing extremely well on the channel right now. So I think we're starting to see an uptick. Someone messaged me and they're like, your views are down. I was like, okay, maybe on the new stuff, but there's a massive back catalogue of stuff that's still relevant that's actually doing very well and views are up overall. So I think it is taking off again more slowly, but I'm starting to notice that.
Yeah. I'm going to hand you over to Phil now, and he's got a few more questions.
Okay, Justin, so is there a question that nobody has ever asked you, but you wish they would?
I actually love this question. I don't know why. It's a real thing.
A lot of people focus on, it's. I guess it's not a specific question, but a lot of people focus on the figures, but not necessarily the making of the videos and the equipment and the lighting and all of the stuff that like behind the scene. Yeah, it's like it takes a lot. Like we all know it, like figure photography, videos, etc. Like we've all got different styles. However, it takes a certain amount of skill, I feel, and equipment and everything behind the scenes to get to a level where you can be proud of your own work. So not many people ask about the like behind the scenes sort of stuff, I found.
Do you think there's any reasoning behind that? Do you think people think it's a boring question, or they're not going to respond to that because it's not relevant to Because I mean, it's
Maybe.
I would be interested in that 100%.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
your content, Dean's content, you just nail the lighting every time, and
Really? I get a lot of grief about my lighting, actually.
I think it's brilliant.
Thank you.
Particularly when because you're obviously working generally on like a white background, and
Yes.
to get that contrast from a white background to whatever figures you.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yes. I used to be a big fan of so in terms of like filming, etc. There's hard light and soft light. I used to be a very big fan of soft light. However,
Yeah.
now I'm starting to experiment a bit more with hard light, which is like sharpened shadows and more defined like highlights. So I'm starting to experiment a bit more at the end of my videos when I do the posing.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like I can be a bit more creative. So like I use a small scale electronic slider, like a dolly.
Yeah.
So that's how I can get those smooth shots. Like people just think I've like taken the video and then like cropped it, like, but it's actually genuinely the camera moving. And it's like people don't realize that. It is like it's not something that you can create like artificially. Like it's a practical effect, and it's getting the lighting and the pose to work while the camera is physically moving and getting the focus to it. It's like all of these things are very technically challenging. And I really enjoy doing it, but it's like that I do it every single day, and I somehow like I still don't know how at the end of the day I have managed to put together something that's comprehensive. And like when I'm filming, I don't film in order, so I film like different segments randomly, and yet I still try and have like a flow between the clips when they are organized. It's something that I guess I've learned over the years, but like even speaking, when I'm using adjectives to describe something, I can't say it's cool like 50 times throughout the video. Like this is cool and this is cool and this is cool. So I have to, okay, I've said that. Now I can say it's, you know, well made, or I need to think of different adjectives so that I'm not repeating myself, even
Because
if I'm
people
shooting
will
the
let
clips
you
out of
know in
order.
the comments, won't they? They're very good at like
100%, yes.
picking out.
Yes.
I have to. Phil's not finished, but it's just we're kind of naturally getting into this territory anyway. We will go. Sorry, Phil. We will, if you don't mind.
No.
When I started my channel and I had like 100 subs, I was delighted. And then I got 1,000 subs, and I thought, I never thought this was possible. And like, I think maybe any aspiring YouTuber, whatever, content creator, goes through this phase of, oh, this is really good. And then with more views comes more comments, and with more comments comes more troll comments.
Yes.
I have my own methods of dealing with trolls. Phil knows me well. Like, it's just like, anyway, I have methods. I just, anyway. How do you deal with trolls? Because, like, what is your
with
method?
love.
Do you respond to everyone, or do you, the block button is there? I think that it's there for a reason. Would you ban people, or would you just be smart back with them, or is it always kill them with kindness? What's your method? I mean, this is a question to both of you, Dean, because it's kind of horrible when you go through. You can put time into making a video, and it could take hours, it could take days, and you're giving your opinion, and maybe because it's different to someone else, someone takes it as a cheap shot. What is your method of dealing with trolls? What's your approach, Justin?
I like to I'm a pretty positive person, so I try and be respectful always when I'm replying to people, and I do reply to all of my comments. However, if it's like a really particularly bad one, like I don't want to give examples, but if it's a particular bad one, then I will block that person. And it doesn't mean that they can't see the videos, they can still see them. I just don't have to see those kinds of comments. But sometimes they can get quite bad. But I've developed a pretty good way. I feel like I'm not letting it get to me after all these years. Used to a lot. And sometimes things still will. But I find if people are watching figure videos, they're not usually that trolly. Like, it depends what the definition of troll is. Like, I got one on, I just did the review for the Jackson Zhu BVS Batman cowl, which is incredible, yesterday. And I looked at the comments this morning, and someone was like, oh, okay, so you said that the Hot Toy stock cowl was great, and now it's not. Like, what gives? Oh, so it was a bit ruder than that. And I'm like, I'm going to do a voice reply because I feel like tone is very important. We were like, look, that is true. I did say it was great. And when that figure came out, it was because we didn't have this Jackson Zhu cowl back then. However, now that, like we were talking about earlier with like those MMS Dark Knight figures, like your opinion can evolve and change over time, and things that were great and still are great probably in some respects, they have been improved upon. Like just because something was great then, something newer has come along now doesn't change that it was great then. So it's like, I like to try and just offer my perspective on things if it's something like that. But very rarely these days do I get something that's just outright rude. I used to get a lot of comments about my voice where, look, that period where I got way too like exaggerated with how I was presenting. There's like the YouTube voice, I guess, that people put on, and I got like, I was way too caught up in, you know, making as much content as possible, and I didn't stop and think about how I was sounding, I guess. But it was ridiculous. I sounded terrible. But during that period, I got a lot of comments like, your voice is terrible, and I was like, I just didn't see it. But now when I go back and listen, I'm like, really? I sounded like that? I can't believe it. But yes, I try and just reply respectfully. Unless it's really bad, then I'll just block that person.
Yeah,
long answer to a short question.
No, that's absolutely fair. Like, yeah, no, I get that. I think I'm a firm believer in the block button is there for a reason, and like with trolls, I find they're kind of like fire. Like fire needs oxygen, so you just starve them out, and you can just block them. Or depending on what mood it is, I'll be like, actually, no, I'm in a fun mood today, and Phil's seen this. Yep. I'll just say something back to them, which I know. That's going to annoy you more than your comment will ever annoy me. But sometimes just couldn't be arsed, and 90% of the time I couldn't be arsed. Dean, what about yourself? Like, how do you deal with these comments? Because, like, you know, you know how it feels, or whatever.
Well, excluding the most recent thing with Negan coming out, because it's been very negative, especially on Facebook when I posted all the photographs. Like the majority of the comments are like, "Oh, it looks like shit," and all this stuff. It's nuts, but I think of the comment section under the videos like a swimming pool. You know, like if someone's pissing in the pool, it's going to make the whole thing stink. So it's like if someone leaves a constructive comment, like if they're respectful and say, "Oh, I don't like the look of the figure for this reason," blah blah, that's fine. You notice those comments stay under the channel. But if someone just is kind of disrespectful and shitty, like they're gone. Like why would I? Because that's gonna other people will see that, and some people are quite easily led, you know, and they could be watching the video thinking, "Oh, this looks great," and then they'll see that comment and it looks like shit, and then they're like, "Oh, maybe it does look like shit." You know, it's just the video's there, and as long as you're, you know, kind of respectful or whatever, as long as your comment's not coming across like just shitty, then it will stay there. But if I get a vibe from you that you're not someone I want even around me, then you're gone, because I'm too old for this shit, man. Like,
that makes perfect sense.
Into those videos.
And you know. What I love, like when we do the Hope Show on Monday nights, and it's something. Shout out to Collecting Weekly. I think the Hope Show and Collecting Weekly, one of the things they have in common is you could have, you know, 6 people on the panel or 4 people on the panel, and they could talk about figure X or movie Y, and you'd have like half of them who love it, half of them who hate it, but it's like it's an active debate. You know what I mean? And I like that, because I don't want to watch a movie. I don't want to watch a channel that is 100% positive. Just gets a bit boring. I don't want to watch a channel that's 100% negative, because it just gets a bit draining. So I want to watch like authentic differing opinions and healthy discussion. So I love when I get a comment going, "Hey Shane, you know, they make an effort." It's like the what's it, the I don't know what it's called, like a critique sandwich, where it's like they kind of pay a little compliment, they give you the bad news, and they give you a little compliment. Man. It's like, "Hey Shane, big fan of the channel, but I completely disagree with that. I think The Dark Knight is the worst movie ever, and have a great day." But it's like, you know, it's like, what can you do? Like, sorry, we're gonna. Thanks very much for addressing and answering those questions. I think it's one worth talking about. Back over to Phil then for the next question.
Okay, I'm guessing the best sculpt for 2026 so far, based on a release.
Just by Hot Toys or anyone?
Anyone.
Okay. There's, I don't know. There's been a lot of good ones. That's very difficult. Did the Terminators come out this year, or was that last year?
Should we say Hot Toys and In Art to make it easier? Because I'm
Yeah,
guessing
Hot
Okay.
Toys and Art. The
Okay.
Terminators, I think, came out last year. I think they did.
Did they?
Maybe early this year. Or was it early this year? No, actually, I
I
think
need
you're
to
right,
check
might have been
because
early
I
this
think it
year.
was this year, Terminators and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that bloody 2.0 Andrew Garfield. That's a good
Oh yeah, that has to be up there.
head sculpt wise.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Scarecrow.
I
For
was,
me,
yeah, I was
that
thinking.
Scarecrow head
Oh,
sculpt
yeah.
is so good. That one is definitely up there. That's top 3 easily. That Andrew Garfield sculpt. But probably unpopular opinion. I think that the Clone Wars / Episode
Wick.
3. Oh, John Wick as well. Yes, true. I'd say top 5 then. Number 1 is
Ooh.
Scarecrow for me.
Smooth Criminal.
Yes. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
There's been some really good ones this year. Smooth Criminal, 100%. It's got to be
Yeah,
up there. But still, number 1 for me is that Scarecrow. Like, it is one of the only figures that I looked at and I'm like, holy shit, this is perfect. Like,
that
it
the head
is so
sculpt
good.
or the mask?
The
Both.
the head sculpt. The head
No,
sculpt. The
I'm
mask
joking,
is
I'm
still
joking,
good.
I'm
though.
Do you know what was a pleasant surprise? I have that one right there. I reviewed it last week, and head sculpt's great. I thought it was a head sculpt, a burlap sack sculpt with moving eyes, and then just like an empty burlap. I didn't realize there was 2 different. that was a
Two
pleasant
mask
surprise.
ones. Yeah.
That's decent value for, I think it's like 285 and all the stuff in it. And it's just so, I love a 2.0 that's like a Bane is like the blueprint for a 2.0.
That's a great
It's
figure.
like you just go back to, that's just, you go back to, it's a re-engineering
Silly
everything.
good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Phil, we take another one.
Yeah, sure. If you could get any 3 of your current POs land on your desk now, what would they be?
You might have to alter the question because he doesn't PO.
It's
But
okay.
figures
It's
that
okay.
are up for
I'll-
pre-order
figures
that
that are
just
on the way.
haven't released. If you could
Um,
snap them into existence. This for you as well, Dean.
Cyclops, probably from Doomsday. I've waited so long to see a Marsden Cyclops like look like that. So Cyclops. Then probably RoboCop 2. Blue RoboCop is my favorite of all the RoboCops. I know that one's coming very soon, but Blue RoboCop. What's another one? I'm torn because I want to say Big Chap, but I also kind of want to say Jungle Hunter because I'm curious to see if they fixed and changed anything because the original Jungle Hunter is, well, I've got the original and I've got the classic Predator. They're both good, but they're not quite like, exactly what I'm after. So I'll say Big Chap. Not Big Chap, sorry, Jungle Hunter. I'll say Jungle Hunter.
Isn't it incredible that in such a short period of time you've mentioned a RoboCop 2, which is a movie from
Yes.
I think 1990, a Jungle Hunter Predator from 1987, and
Yes.
What was a Big Chap from 1979? Like he's like, I call them the big 4: Terminator, RoboCop, Alien, Predator, because everyone talks about the big 3: MCU or Marvel, DC, Star Wars, which are great.
Oh,
like,
right.
I'm more of a big 4 type guy. Maybe that's because I'm.
I mean, Cyclops was in there.
Maybe.
Cyclops was my number 1, so that's a bit
Yeah,
MCU. But then again, it's also classic Fox, like 2000 era.
And you know what? I'm so tempted to, like, you're going to get the comic accurate, the live action of a
Yes.
suit that's heavily influenced by comics. For example, we got the yellow and
Yes.
blue Wolverine, the Gambit is coming out, the Cyclops. I think for me that could be the direction. It might be from different movies because I can't get them all, but like I think that's what I might put together. Could be my approach on that, like the MCU but heavily comedy influenced versions from the comics. Like it's
Ooh,
great.
sounds
to
great,
be
actually.
eclectic. Yeah, that'd be my plan, I think, and just maybe get one of those diorama bases that would light up. Dean, if you could like snap your fingers right now, and any 6K figures that are up for pre-order, but you could just have it. Like you get the Bruce Lee if you want. I bet you that's going to be one of yours. But you could pick 3. What would you pick?
The Maestro Crow by Caustic Plastic, and the Big Chap Alien by Hot Toys, and see, I want to say Jungle Hunter because I really am curious about what's this week, Justin and Dean.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
These are called
Thank you.
anti-troll comic. These are the antidote. There's a word for, we got a positive comment. Maybe. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the Crow, Big Chap Alien 2.0, and I'm really curious about the brown version of the Alien Warrior by Hot Toys. Like that one looks really, really nice to me. And I don't know what's going on with that, whether that's a limited one or what, because they haven't shown it yet, like officially, really.
The more this goes on, I think any morning now we're going to be waking up to one of those Hot Toys posts that they do where you get that update. Remember they did it for the Feral Predator and they got rid of the torso joint or something like that?
Yes.
And then they made a few...
Yeah.
Like, I think that could be... They refined the height and that would just be amazing. I'm just going to address this comment really quickly. No. The short version is I'm a massive fan of the one figure per shelf, but I also want to display some groups. So the module cases are at the other side. Now, so some group
nice.
displays there. So I just basically have freed up some space, and I could put the figures in there to make the streaming background look nice, but I have a plan.
That
I'm
must be
working towards
nice,
it.
though, to have those like empty spaces there where you can put something. I don't have that at the moment.
The walls
My space
were
is messed
closing
up
in.
behind me.
The walls were closing in.
Yeah, it
yeah,
literally
because-
feels like that. It's
yeah.
like,
Yeah, but it was like I only got these module cases in. They arrived at the start of the summer when I had time off, and I just got tucked into building them, wired them, and then put a USB hub in every single one. So they're kind of future plug and play now, which is
Oh,
great.
brilliant.
So now the
That's
option,
such a great idea.
So the option for
I wish I had done that.
it's because the thought of taking them apart now, just no way. But it was nice going. Now you've got space, and now you can have the group displays for like Troopers, or maybe that X-Men display in the future, or maybe an Endgame display, or
Yes.
whatever, Dark Knight. But also going, no, these are like movie icons or whatever like that. So I feel blessed, blessed. So yeah, that was the answer to that question. Cool. Did you have more or other ones that you particularly like? So the Caustic Plastic was one that you really wanted. Do you have any other ones that you'd like to just, if you could snap your fingers, Dean, and just have them appear?
yeah, I'm just curious about both endoskeletons, the Hot Toys one and the Enoch one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm curious about them.
Yeah, absolutely. The two of the ones that they've got my money already, Dean, or part of it anyway. All right, so I'm just gonna. What's the biggest misconception people have about being a figure reviewer? You probably heard it all at this stage, Dean, and heard it all at this stage, Justin. But what's the biggest misconception or a misconception that people would have about being a figure reviewer?
I don't really run into anything like that, to be honest.
Probably it's easy.
Yeah, like I just, people. If I like the only time it happened, like when I was with my girlfriend and I went to her friend's birthday party, and I was sitting at this big table and everyone's sort of going around talking to each other. I didn't know anyone there, and the inevitable question comes up. Some guy says, "So what do you do?"
Oh, I
Yeah, I
can't
always,
stand that up.
I think,
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was like, so how do I word this? I just say I just work for different companies doing photography, for products and stuff, and then hopefully they don't ask anything else. But then they do dig a bit
Yeah,
deeper, and then I
they
have to
always
get my phone
do.
out and say, okay, well, this is what I do.
Yeah.
But then they see the pictures and then they're not familiar with the hobby. They're like, oh my god, that looks like a person. It's like, yeah.
100%.
Then they get really interested though.
Yeah. I think the
It usually doesn't go
misconception is-
that way for me.
No?
No.
What experience have you
I
had?
forget where we were, but there was just one example is like core memory that sticks with me. I was with my wife and we were talking to someone, asking what we're doing. I was like, oh, I do YouTube, blah blah. And they turned to my wife and they're like, okay, so you're the breadwinner then. And I was like, oh. I was like, how? Like, why? Like, just because YouTube is small, it's like you couldn't possibly make a living out of that. It's like, how dare
Yeah.
you? Like, I'm just being taken care of like this baby. It's like, you gotta have your
Living the
doing your
good
art
life.
stuff. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so cruel. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to avoid answering that question unless I'm in an environment, because in Australia there's a big stigma around like toys, collecting, that sort of stuff. Like the way people look at it changes immediately. Like you can see on their face where they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I do YouTube. And they're like, oh, cool. What? YouTube. And I'm like, oh, I do product reviews. And they're like, oh, cool. What kind of products? I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay, I do mainly like high-end collectible stuff. They're like, oh, like props, and I'm like, yeah, sometimes. And like, oh, what do you mainly do? I'm like, oh, you just like high-end like action figures, and they're like, oh, and you're just like, oh.
But as soon as you show them like one of the,
But I don't usually go
sculpts,
that far. It's like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
and I'd be doing that. If I'd be doing that, I'd be like, yeah, see, look, nearly 1 million subscribers too. Yeah, you know, so I'd be absolutely flashing that badge. You know what I mean? So
I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
really, I feel really uncomfortable with praise or like attention. I don't know, but not to the point where I'm socially awkward. I feel like if you come up and talk to me, like if you recognize me, which doesn't happen very often, but like at the shopping center, for example, someone came up to me and I was with my wife and my little one. Like, are you the guy from YouTube, like Justin's, and they always say Justin's Collectibles. I'm like, yeah, that's me. And like, I'll have a conversation with you, but I don't love the attention. I'm like, okay, like, it is so lovely that you watch my videos, but I don't like, you know, you don't have to say nice things. It's okay. Like, I'm always quite shocked when I'm like, they're like, oh, I love your videos. I'm like, really? Like, do you? Like, I don't.
at the back of my mind, I'd be like, I wonder, are you one of the people that trolls my videos? Like, are you different in real life?
Could be. But I find in Hong Kong, like there's one comment from One Angry Hermit says, not just Australia, that's true. But in other countries like Japan and Hong Kong, where collecting is like so part of the culture, it's such a positive experience. Like no matter where you go, there's figures everywhere. And it's like you can talk about it to anyone. Like I was at this fine dining sushi restaurant and this guy was showing his wife a Hot Toys pre-order announcement on his phone, like at this omakase sushi restaurant. It's like it's just so part of the culture that it's like you'd never see that happening here, ever. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
one.
a good one. From a multimedia company.
Positive.
Or I usually
fandom,
say I own my own business, but then that also incites like follow-up questions. Maybe I should just make something up now. I don't know.
people are so nosy. It's like, that's a personal question.
The one that I hate the most is, oh, can you make a living out of it? How much do you make per video? I'm like, I can't tell you that. Like, I'm not going to tell you how much I earn. Like, if I asked you that, would you answer that question?
Yeah, that's like, that would be taboo in Ireland to ask people about their wages. Like, I think that's.
I think it's taboo everywhere.
You know, not you would think, but I think when I was living in the UAE, like people, it wasn't taboo there. People would ask you, like,
really?
You know, yeah, it's just in kind of Middle East, it's like
Interesting.
normal, like, you know. And how much is that? And how much did you make? And it was like a thing. It threw
Really?
me for a loop. Yeah.
That's so
Best
interesting.
answer. Yeah, it's the only place I ever thought that I got the vibe where it was kind of socially acceptable, and people were saying, no, these guys will ask you about your wage, and that's just normal. They're not being
Okay,
rude.
fair
It's like,
enough.
okay. Best answer when asked, I work for a multimedia company. Good stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask. This might be funny. I'm gonna ask this before I pass you over to Phil again. We're nearly getting to the next game, and then we'll go into the future, and then we'll call it up day. Do you have any hot takes, like you or Dean? Any like hot takes? You're like, this is an unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna die on this hill. And if you don't know where we,
Yes, I think magnetic bases, when done properly, are better than bases with crotch grabbers.
that's 100% right. That's another
Yeah, thanks.
that's another right answer. So now you're
And it
3
will be
for
a hot
3.
take for some.
Robocane.
It will
So you like the magnetic bases?
The Hot Toys Artisan magnetic bait, like the one for Black Widow, incredible. The one
Fact.
for Captain America from Stealth Suit Cap, the new one, incredible magnetic base.
Yeah.
And I think the one from Artisan John Wick, the ballerina one, is also going to be incredible. But they also, but they do include the crotch grabber as well, or the waist clamp as well.
Yeah.
Like you've got both.
Yeah.
But I think magnetic bases, when done properly, are the future. I think.
I would agree, and that's what that's what I would like, because I actually, the Joker I have imposed, or the in-art one, the infamous in-art one, grenades. He's been there for 18
Batman
months
has
and he hasn't
fallen
fallen
over every week since I got him. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I must have been lucky. Like, I suppose, I don't know. It's just the way I've posed. He's just there, and he's been there for 18 months. Like, so I've been lucky.
That's good. That's a good. Tomorrow he'll go. Now that you've said it.
Yeah, probably, absolutely. And I will post it if that happens in the next. You know what? I'm going to go long on this. If it happens between now and December, I'm going to post that. The best magnetic base I have, though, is by kind of like, I think it's a small customizer. I think it's third party. It's like a Poor Toys Officer.
Oh,
K
Porto.
from-
They're incredible as well. Yeah.
The base, you can pick up the figure and shake it. I think Dean, you have that as well, don't you? The
I
Officer
think
K.
there's like obviously the caustic plastic magnet bases are really good, but you know which one is really good? The Artisan Blade Runner Agent K base and the magnets in that. That is
Yeah,
like
that's the one I'm talking about.
It's
Yeah,
like-
that's the one. Yeah, that's the.
Oh,
that is-
okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's very, very good. I'll ask another question there before. Do you have any hot takes, Dean? Before I ask the next question.
Not really a hot take, but something I saw today on YouTube really kind of weirded me out. Like I saw the unboxing for the Queen Studios life-size Selena Kyle from Dark Knight Rises. Did you see that yet?
I think
The
I've
hairs-
seen people.
I haven't
talk
seen
about
it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, like the life-size Selena Kyle by Queen Studios comes in this massive case, and it's so real. But the hair's black, like black.
Oh, is
the
it?
hair was like auburn
Hopefully they
brown,
don't do
like-
that with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
in-art one then.
So her hair is like
It's-
jet
well, no,
black.
the in-art one, the figure looks, yeah, like it was bizarre because I thought,
Really? Let me have a
so
look.
Why would you go to the trouble?
I'm
to
worried
make
that they'll
that
change
and charge-
the
Yeah, have a
in-art
look at the
one
unboxing
because
video they put up today.
same company,
The
right?
hair's
So
like
I'm
a
worried
kind of
that
auburn.
they'll.
Yeah,
That's Queen
Let's have a look.
Studios
It's
one
black,
to one.
man, the
The
hair.
Dark Knight Rises, like Anne Hathaway, basically.
Oh yeah, let's have a
yeah,
look.
it came out today. The video.
I wonder, like, who
When they get
buys
the
those.
head
I
out,
wonder,
like-
I wonder, is it like
The
just
hair
like
quality
some-
looks incredible.
Yeah,
I would love to
colours
have
are black,
one
man, it doesn't
life-size
make any
figure,
sense.
but I'm
Yeah.
not sure which one it would be.
I think surely like anyone like with the wife who.
Well, the hair is like jet black, like not even like
Yeah.
close. It's like full on black.
Yeah,
Wow,
So it's
why?
not-
it's supposed
the
to be
colour
like
at
an
all.
auburn brown.
Ooh, I'm very worried that and her eyes are brown, so you can see like the difference in color. I'm very worried that they're going to change the in-art one to black now as well, because for some reason they've thought that
I hope not.
that's how you do it.
Yeah, because
Oh,
they
dear.
have her hair color right in the prototype. It is kind of like that, like
Yes.
you said, auburny kind of brown.
But even the 1-to-1 scale, I think, was right in the prototype.
right. Yeah, so I hope it doesn't follow
Very
suit.
strange.
I haven't seen any comments about the hair color though, unless they've been deleting them.
I know that's what freaked me out. as well. I went straight to the comments, and not one person said, "Why is their hair black?"
That's crazy.
Yeah.
they're
Surely,
just
if
so
someone is
impressed by
buying
it.
Yeah,
that,
very strange.
if someone is buying that, like, and spending that amount of money, they're gonna notice.
It actually
know,
goes the
those
other
details.
way. I found the people with that money don't usually, and I don't mean to be rude. I don't want to say. Maybe I shouldn't say what I say. That.
No. This sounds
I don't
like
wanna
a
upset
better
you
hot
on.
take. This is why we're here. Come on.
But usually, it's more like the presence and like having a life-size Anne Hathaway. It's not necessarily like how we are with the. Usually, the more you spend, like I was speaking to a company recently, and they said they were speaking to someone who used to work at Rolex or something like that, and they found that the people who buy like the $100,000 watches are less critical, significantly less critical than the people who are buying like the entry-level Rolex
Right.
watches. So I think that's sort of how it is with figures. Like we're at buying our 1/6 scale figures, and people who buy like the 1-to-1 scale stuff for like $10,000, they're like, oh yeah, it's whatever, because we're
Maybe
quite
it's
unlikely to
because-
save up for that. And you know,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I mean, the person that buys maybe a $5,000 Omega watch probably has saved for, like, if they're on a normal wage, you might have saved or got a loan or whatever. Whereas someone buying it for like 50,000, they just have FU money.
Yes.
Like, they're just that makes
It's not a
sense.
consideration. Yeah, it's not a consideration.
Would you, Phil? Do you want to go on there with the wish? Actually, I'll do this one and I'll come back to you then. So we mentioned about like, do you feel like sometimes you feel the pressure to make the videos and stuff like that? Like, do you, is it still fun, or do you find it stressful? And like, how do you go about, like, say if it is stressful, how do you go about like managing that stress? Like, do you have like an exercise or anything like that? Like, like do you find it stressful at times? And if so, how do you manage the stress?
It is. There's always an element of stress, whether it's coming from like getting the video out, or the figures haven't arrived on time, or whatever. There's always something that's going to be stressful. I've gotten better, I think, over the years at managing it. I think for me, I find taking enough time away from YouTube is very important. Like it used to be for me all encompassing. Like I would wake up in the morning and first thing I would do, look at figures, and then I would do the videos, and then it would be more figures. And now I'm like, okay, beautiful.
You 5 minutes. Get that dog some headphones. Get them in.
I've been teaching my little one, say, can I pet that dog? So now when we see a dog, can you say it? She said, yeah, I will. That's okay. But yeah, there's always stress. I think just taking enough time away from YouTube, spending time with family or whatever, is very important for me so that I can like reset. And sometimes like Mr. Freeze is a perfect example. Last week on Friday, I could have filmed it on Friday and then the video would have been ready. However, I just had like an entire week of filming review every single day. I'm like, I could do this today, but I would quite likely be extremely burnt out and I would be low energy and I wouldn't be able to, you know, I wouldn't enjoy filming it. Or I could film something smaller. Like I filmed the custom Jackson Jew Batman head sculpt and my Arkham Knight Batman custom. I filmed those 2 videos in one day. It's like I could film this. I'm still working. So I have this thing where if I'm not working, then I feel like I punish myself. I'm like, I'm a bit lazy, I guess. Like I always need to be working. So I was still able to make content. I made 2 videos, so that covered me for the whole weekend. And now today, or actually probably tomorrow, because I've got to do figure preview video for Professor X. But I've had a good break between filming like big long form videos, because putting out like a 30-minute-ish video every single day, that means there's like at least 5 hours of filming and editing, maybe even more in between. And then it's like the other stuff, like taking the pictures for Instagram or whatever. It's like all the extra stuff in the background. So just take time away from the thing that could cause stress to de-stress. I know it's probably a useless answer.
No, that makes sense. Just take breaks, and so you probably the longer you do it, you probably get better at going. No, I need to take a few hours here or take a day and stuff like that. That makes sense.
So
were you going to say something, Phil?
Yeah, I was just going to say, would I be right in assuming then that's obviously since becoming a professional YouTuber, it's a lot more stressful than doing it in sort of as a collector. So would you say you're away from the collector element of YouTube videos and now you're a professional? So is that more stressful?
Not necessarily. I still like I'm doing it professionally, but I don't see myself as a professional, if that makes sense. Like I'm doing it for work, but I also treat it still as a hobby in a way. Like I still love my displays. Like I've been curating them recently. But I mean, it's just different kinds of stress, right? Like we'll have things that that we worry about in the background, whether it's, you know, the videos aren't doing well. There's this one thing that is it's not very unpopular, but it's very polarizing that I've been doing recently. However, it is something that I've had to do just to adapt to the times. It's the price in the title thing. It doesn't affect the actual video at all. I still don't mention the price in the video because I feel like I will present you the product and I'll give you my opinion and you can decide if it's worth the price. However, I've tested across multiple videos the price in the title and not in the title, and it performs around 60 to 70% better with the price in. So I'm like, if I can do this one small thing that will get more eyeballs on my content, which as creators, we want as many people to see it as possible, right? If I could do this one small thing that doesn't compromise the quality of the video itself, can I live with that, even though it's not how I would like to just have Hot Toys Batman whatever review. Like that would be artistically how I would prefer to do it. But without compromising the video itself, is there something that I can be a little bit flexible on? And back maybe 5 years ago, the answer would be no. I would never do that. However, now I do need to be a bit more adaptable because I am doing it professionally. So that's something that I feel like I can be more flexible on. Plus, it is more industry standard now. Like Sideshow does it. Figure Hideout does it. And I have never once seen criticism of them doing it. So I feel like there's also a little bit of I don't want to say it's targeted, but I feel like there's certain things that for some reason I am not able to explore, maybe just because of the size of my channel, whatever it is. But I will try different things and go with that. Like there's another one recently where I put the Artisan Tom Holland head sculpt on the Brand New Day Spidey as the thumbnail. And I have been doing that, even if a Tom Holland Spidey doesn't come with a Tom Holland head
I
sculpt.
saw
I've been
the
doing
reactions
that.
to this. Yeah,
And the reaction was so overtly aggressive. But I've been doing that. Like, if you go and look at the web Spidey from Avengers Campus, how many years ago that was, I did the same thing there. If you go and look at the movie promo Spidey from Far From Home, I did the same thing there. It's just, that's my style, and that's what I do. I wanted to have a Tom Holland head sculpt in that thumbnail. And also, I'm immediately answering that question in terms of compatibility. Can you put a head?
Yeah.
And you know that it doesn't come with a free artisan head sculpt. That's why I went with the artisan one, because I don't work for Hot Toys. I'm not advertising you something. I didn't think there should be confusion. But then you see, like, I think it was a Hot Toys blogger, Zord Photography, in his short, the thumbnail, the artisan head or whatever it was on the Brand New Day body. And I'm like, how is nobody commenting there? Why is it just
people do this
me?
all the time. Like, and then like even sure, the Hot Toys bloggers themselves, like, whether it doesn't matter. Like, you know, by the way, Patrick's photography is amazing, and I love his posing.
Oh, absolutely. I love his work. I wasn't criticizing his work at all.
No,
I'm just
I
saying
know.
that
I get
there's
you. I totally get
My
you.
example,
I know that. I'm just saying, like, a lot of the time, the Hot Toys bloggers will come out and they'll be like, it'll be, I know, a John Wick, and they'll use like a base from the Thanos Endgame or something like that. And it's kind of the same thing.
What
just
about,
a head sculpt, you know? I
I am quite good friends with the blogger, and I have been told that, I don't know if this has caused some I shouldn't maybe say it. I don't know.
Oh,
there's certain things that
that's
Hot
like
Toys
saying,
ask
I know
them-
something you don't know. You want to tell us, Justin. You want to.
I do. I really want to share it, but I don't know if I'll
Yeah, it's all right. It's
sure.
all right. It's all right. It's all
There's
right.
certain things that Hot Toys will ask the bloggers to modify in their pictures, even though that's the way the figure is. Whether it's a crease here or there, or a seam here or there, they will get asked,
Lightsabers.
like,
Surely
lightsabers. But it's mostly like, what I found interesting was, like, there was a fold on an outfit. They're like, can you please remove that? It's like, but that's how it is. It's like, well, we don't visually, we don't like that there. So I found that a little bit interesting. I'm like, I'm not sure I'm super comfortable with that part of it.
It's as soon as you see like a phrase I use a lot in my videos when something comes out, and if, like, some of the blogger photos are just outstanding, you know.
Agree.
Then if, like, you see like these photos and it's like the lightsabers on Jedis or Siths, they look like actual sabers because they've been photoshopped, and I was like, you know, that must be a bit of Photoshop trickery. I get that it's a blogger photo, it's supposed to, you know, look, you know, as cool as it can look. But yeah, it's they don't light up like a CCFL or a custom 1/6 would.
They should really be doing LED for the entire.
They should.
Like, because Sideshow are actually experimenting with their premium formats now. They're going to be doing that Neo or Xeno Pixel or whatever it is inside the blade. So if customizers can do it, Sideshow can do it. Hot Toys absolutely. Imagine if it looked like a real lightsaber, like it should. Like, I don't understand why they wouldn't be trying to do that.
So we've got the past and the present done, and we're just going to take a little break here. I want to address a chat there from Philly, a super chat from Philly, very generous. I'm going to read that out, and then there's a little very quick game which I think you might enjoy. Okay, so Philly Z, the man with the Catwoman photographers, the man who's responsible for people who have maybe cancelled their figure, re-getting it back, or people who are on the fence pushing him over the edge.
Such good pictures, Philly. Incredible.
Yeah. Wallets cried out in unison, you know. We just hit 100 people watching live. Much appreciated whether you're watching live or on the replay. If you're getting any sort of value out of the channel, please hit the like button. It is greatly appreciated. Justin, have you considered trying out live reviews? I happen to find them fun and perhaps could be more immersive with your audience. Thanks, Philly.
Thank you, Philly. It was amazing meeting Philly in person as well. And his Michael Jackson diorama that he brought to the Unite event was beautiful. Absolutely incredible.
Insane.
I maybe for certain things, like, 'cause I do want to get my live stream going again, which I will hopefully be doing soon. I might potentially do it for stuff that I don't want to do full reviews on, whether it's like, I don't know, custom head sculpt or like, custom cape or like smaller scale stuff, perhaps like 1/12 stuff that I've been sent that I don't really want to make a full video on, maybe for that stuff. But for the true like 1/6 stuff, I wouldn't feel like I could get to that level of polish, me personally, doing it live, that I would like to have for those 1/6 scale videos. So probably not the 1/6 stuff, but 1/6 adjacent, like custom base or custom head sculpt or cape or stuff. Maybe that potentially.
Cool. Thanks very much for
I think for
answering that.
unboxings and first impressions, it's good.
Yes, it is good
Yeah,
for that as well,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So how this is going to work is we're going to start off. This is actually very simple. So this is the three of you. Now your answers will be different, which makes it a lot more fun. But so this just before we go into the future, which is the last segment of this. So I'm going to give you two movies, and imagine it's kind of like the snap. You just have to pick. There is a bit of difference, so you have to pick which one stays. So the first one, head to head, Jurassic Park versus E.T. So
Oh,
I'll start off with. I'll give you a bit of thinking time. I think I know. I'm going to start off with Phil because I think I know his answer. So Jurassic Park versus E.T. Phil.
Jurassic was groundbreaking. Love the movie. I remember all the hype surrounding it, but for the member berries, it's going to be E.T.
Okay, so you're team E.T. there. What about you, Dean?
No, Jurassic Park, because just growing up, absolutely obsessed in the 80s, all through the 80s. And I was 12 when Jurassic Park finally came out, and I'd never seen CGI before in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, as a 12-year-old, it was, I couldn't quite understand what I was seeing, like on the big screen. Like when T-Rex comes out at night through the fence, and the way they seamlessly had the CGI with the animatronics, and it was a real T-Rex as far as I was concerned.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing.
Cool.
The raptors in the kitchen, incredible.
So you're team
I
Jurassic
love
Park
ET as
too.
well.
Brilliant. Same. And what about yourself, Justin?
I mean, I love ET. I grew up watching ET like on VHS over and over and over again. However, I think it has to be Jurassic Park. I think
Okay.
it has to, for me anyway.
So how this works now is this is a quick fire round. So you don't have to give any sort of reasoning whatsoever. I'm going to throw out a movie and I'm going to go through the three of you and now it's like winner stays on. So Jurassic Park is the winner. So then if I pick like, I don't know, your favorite movie next, then obviously your favorite movie stays on. So right, quick fire round. So Phil, Jurassic Park or The Dark Knight Rises?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. Dean, Jurassic Park or The Dark Knight Rises?
Jurassic Park.
Justin?
Yeah, same. Jurassic Park. Sorry, Dark Knight
Okay.
Rises.
No, that's all right. So the next one, Jurassic Park or Iron Man, Phil?
Jurassic Park.
Still Jurassic Park. What about yourself, Dean?
Jurassic Park.
Justin?
It's got to be Iron Man for me.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I
Um,
grew up watching Jurassic Park as well, but Iron Man, I've just got my mum and I watched that movie. I remember she loved Robert Downey Jr. and just the memories. Got to be Iron Man
Yep.
for me.
Super. Phil, Jurassic Park or Jaws?
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's a
Jaws.
tough one.
Jaws.
Jaws. Dean, Jurassic Park or Jaws? Jaws. We got two Jaws. Dun, 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 dun. Iron Man or Jaws? Justin?
I'm gonna stick with Iron Man.
Iron Man. Okay. Phil, Jaws or The Shawshank Redemption?
Oh.
Two very different movies.
I'd have to go Shawshank Redemption because it's the only film that both me and my wife enjoy. Aside from that,
The crossover.
we got completely
Fair.
different tastes, but yeah, I'll
Fair.
go Shawshank.
So Dean, Jaws or Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah, both masterpieces, but Jaws for me.
Yeah. Iron Man or The Shawshank Redemption? Justin?
I'm still sticking with Iron Man.
Ooh. Phil, Shawshank Redemption or Brand New Day?
I haven't seen Brand New Day yet, so
And that's easy.
I'll have to go
Dean.
with Shawshank. Yeah.
Did you stick with Jaws the last time or?
Yes,
Jaws
yes,
or
I did.
Jaws or Shawshank? You picked. I think you stayed with Jaws. Jaws or Brand New Day?
Come on, man, don't be silly, Jaws.
Yeah. Justin, so you stuck with Iron Man or Brand New Day?
Brand New Day.
Phil, what are you on now? What are you currently on? Sorry.
Shawshank.
Okay, Shawshank or Pulp Fiction?
I've only watched Pulp Fiction once, so I'm gonna have to go Shawshank again.
Ooh, Dean, Jaws or Pulp Fiction?
I love Pulp. I love Pulp Fiction, but Jaws. I mean, you have to remember like how fucking difficult it was to film that Jaws. Like that shark didn't work, and they were out. They weren't filming it in a big tank. They was out in the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, it must have been a nightmare. But what they
Yeah.
achieved is just, it holds up so well. Even though the shark looks fake now and all that, but it's still. I watched it recently with my girlfriend because she hadn't seen it in fucking ages, and we watched it on Netflix one night, and I just got so sucked into that film. Like but when they go out to sea, and the three of them are just the banter and working off each other, and the acting, and knowing that Robert Shaw was pissed like the whole time and stuff. Just a magic, man, magic.
I'm getting the impression that you're picking Jaws on this one, yeah?
Yes.
Just
Sorry.
Justin, Iron Man or Jaws?
Oh, I'm with Brad. I'm still on Brand New Day.
Oh, sorry, you're Brand New Day. Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
Sorry, is Brand New Day or Iron Man?
Brand New Day still with Brand New Day.
Ooh, so you're okay. And interesting now. I'm not going to remember who you're on at the moment. I just have the next one lined up.
It's
What
okay,
are you
no
on now,
worries.
Phil?
Still Shawshank.
Shawshank or Man of Steel?
Man of Steel.
Ooh, movement. Dean, same Jaws or Man of Steel?
Jaws.
It's not going to be so easy for you, Dean. I've got some other ones. I know you. Dune. Or no, sorry, I completely made a mistake there, didn't I? What did I ask you?
Justin's
Man
Brand
of
New
Steel.
Day
Sorry,
next.
sorry. Man of Steel or Brand New Day? Justin.
Still Brand New Day.
Okay. Phil. Dune. I know what you're going to pick now. But
Man
What
of
you-
Steel.
Man of Steel. Dean. Dune or Man of Steel?
Jaws.
Oh, still Jaws. Sorry,
Yeah,
my brain isn't
still Jaws
working
for
right.
me. Still Jaws.
Justin, you are Brand New Day, is it?
Yep.
Or Dune Part 1?
Brand New Day.
Phil, Infinity War, or whatever movie you're on.
Infinity War.
Dean, Infinity War or Jaws?
I know you want quick answers, but it's just my brain sort of,
No, that's okay.
because
That's
of
okay.
the CGI in these
Yeah.
recent movies, it's just, there's just something about the magic of when there was none of that to rely on, and just how hard Jaws was to make of the result and the effect. I will never go in the water because of that film. I will never go swimming in the ocean. I
And
don't
you're not
care.
alone. You're not
I
alone.
don't care if it's
Yeah.
It's that film just forever set the fucking rules. Don't go in the water, So Jaws for me.
True. So sticking with Jaws, I presume. Okay.
Yeah.
Justin, Infinity War or Brand New Day?
Brand New Day.
Ooh.
Yes.
Phil, The Matrix.
Oh.
Infinity War.
Dean, The Matrix.
Jaws.
Still Jaws? Ooh.
Yeah.
Justin, The Brand New Day or The Matrix?
Brand New Day.
Really like Brand New Day.
I
Didn't see that
really
coming.
love that movie. It's just
The
so
heavy
like
hitters are coming now. This
It's
is getting
like,
serious now.
everything
Go on,
that
sorry,
we
go on.
wanted, or that I've wanted from like a comic book movie, is like the lighting. Like, I'm just looking at it again, like from Dean's, like looking from a technical perspective. It's like the practicality, the real suit, the hard lighting, the music, the story was so personal. It's like everything. I think just was what I've been looking for from a Spidey film, and then. I literally could not believe what I was watching. I was like, how did they let them make this movie? Like, compared to the other three, such a different tone, such a different aesthetic. I'm like, how did they let him do that with a character that has such an established film style. It just I can't I love it. I'll see it again. I've seen it 4 times. I think I might
I
see
want
it
to
one
see
more
it again.
time.
I want to see it again.
I love it.
Phil, the Terminator.
Oh damn.
Terminator.
Dean, Jaws, or the Terminator?
I'm going to go Terminator.
Okay. Ooh. Brand New Day or the Terminator, Justin?
I really want to say Terminator, but I think I've still got to stick with Brand New Day.
Okay, you got one question wrong today. I'm just joking. Phil, Alien. Or what are you on now? The Terminator?
That's a difficult one.
Terminator.
Still with the Terminator. Dean, the Terminator or Alien? That's like
Alien. Alien, for sure.
Justin, Brand New Day or Alien?
I gotta go Alien.
Careful.
Okay. I love the little warning.
If you'd said Aliens, then even more so. If you'd said Terminator 2 just before, then maybe I would have jumped on. Yeah.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm 2 steps ahead of you. Phil, Dune Part 2, or are you on the Terminator? Yeah.
Yeah.
Still the Terminator?
Still the Terminator.
Dean, Alien or Dune Part 2?
I haven't seen Dune Part 2 yet. It's coming on Netflix very soon, so I'm finally going to see it. But Terminator, was it? Yeah. Oh, Alien. Sorry.
Alien, you're on Alien, yeah. And then you're on Alien, Justin, or Dune Part 2?
Mm-hmm. I really like Dune Part 2. I think it's better than the first one by a fair bit. But Alien is I got to stick with Alien.
Phil, Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back.
Dean, Empire Strikes Back.
Shit.
Or Alien.
I'll stick with Alien. That's a tough one.
Justin, Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. It's Empire for me. Yeah.
Okay. Phil, Batman Begins.
Empire.
Empire. Oh, Dean, do I need to ask?
No, carry on.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So he's Batman Begins.
Just for the people who don't know me, Batman Begins.
Yeah. Justin, Batman Begins.
Careful.
I don't know. I love Batman Begins, but I don't know. This is a difficult one.
We're nearly there now.
I think I got to say Batman Begins.
Okay. Phil, Terminator 2.
What was it between again for those two?
For me, it was Empire or Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, that's cool, man.
It was a very, very difficult choice. If I could only watch one, it would be Batman Begins. I just remember, I know you don't want me to derail, but I was a kid and I didn't know a movie was coming out in 2005 because I didn't have like internet or whatever. And I heard on the radio, I was living in Belgium at the time, so we were listening to like British radio, and they were talking about, they're like, oh, this new Batman film's coming out, and you get to see how he makes his suit. And that hooked me straight away. Like my ears picked up, I was like, sorry, what was that? Can you turn up the radio? And they were like, yeah, and there's like spray painting the suit and everything. I was like, I need to see that movie. I was like,
100%.
something about like the practicality of him like building that costume. It's like we'd never seen that. Like even back from like Adam West, it was just like, this is Batman. Or like, 89 Batman is like, he's there. And I was like, I wanted to see the beginning of it. So I was
Same,
like,
yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah. I loved all that build up, or even how he ordered like, I know different parts of
The
the
ear-
separately in
the
large
earpieces,
orders.
yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
10,000.
Phil, Terminator 2.
Empire.
Whoa. Dean, Terminator 2 or Batman Begins?
Oh, bloody hell. I mean, I might say Terminator 2 on that one. I mean, yeah.
There's no bad choices here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just flawless, man. I mean, so's
yeah.
Batman Begins, but
True. Justin, Terminator 2.
Yeah, Terminator 2.
Phil, The Dark Knight.
I so badly want to bail Batman.
We're waiting for In Art, man. It's just like one question I could ask.
You could be you could be waiting a while.
I know. I'm going to have to get one of those armory ones. Which wouldn't be the end of the world, but...
Dark Knight.
Dean, The Dark Knight or Terminator 2?
It's very hard, but Terminator 2.
Justin, The Dark Knight or Terminator 2?
I'm still on Terminator 2 as well.
And finally, last but not least, Aliens. So,
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. What about yourself, Dean?
Aliens.
Aliens. And Justin?
Yeah, same. Aliens.
Okay.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Rest in peace, Peter Jackson. Okay.
Can I just say
We're-
that was so much fun? I love that.
Yeah, good. I'm going to give full credit here. It wasn't my idea. I saw it on, I want to say it was the Movie Canon. I think it was the first. I think it was
a great
Movie
idea.
Canon I saw it first. I think it was. Yeah, and it's so simple but so much fun. I really liked it, and it's yeah. I'd like to be on the other end as well, but it's just very hard choices. We're just on the
You
final
should
section
do one
now.
with bands and stuff next time.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. So look, with the last few questions here,
Like Guns N' Roses or Metallica.
yeah. I saw Metallica at the start of the summer. I'd never seen them before. They were played in Dublin. They were incredible.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yeah, they were incredible. Justin, this is for the two of you actually. So, do you still see yourself collecting in 5 years?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'll always be collecting something, but I mean, I always come back to my 1/6, whether it's my Transformers or my statues that behind, you can't see behind the camera. But I always come back to 1/6. I just find that that's like my thing. So I think I will be still collecting in 5 years, absolutely. But yeah, we'll see how we go.
So usually my follow-up, people tend to answer that question and say yes, usually. And then my
Yeah.
follow-up is 10 years. And then you kind of answer my question. Would you see yourself collecting something in some shape or form for the rest of your life? Or okay. Dean, same
I mean,
question.
yeah,
You see-
always collect.
or sorry,
we
go
always
on. Go on,
collect-
Justin.
right, yeah. Sorry, I was going to say we always collect something. I'm starting to get into watches a little, maybe, but it doesn't like that doesn't replace
yeah.
anything really. It's just like an addition to maybe.
And it's I'd say that's a slippery slope as well, because I know that like I've one of my friends actually, when I was living in the UAE, he actually collected like high-end watches, and I think Zach
Yes.
from Collecting Weekly collects a few as well. So
What's your favourite brand, Justin?
For me, always as a kid, that one scene in Casino Royale where he's on the train, and
Seamaster.
Vesper is like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
So that was my very first watch. So I was wearing an Apple Watch for the ages, and then finally this year, I was like, no, I'm doing it. I'm going to buy myself Seamaster. I've always wanted it since that that moment in that movie. And also you see Pierce Brosnan as well. He was my Bond growing up before we got Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
And he always wore the blue Seamaster. So I need to have that. So I made it my mission to get that. And I bought the same year that my little one was born. So it just feels a little bit more
that's nice. Yeah.
personal. But now I kind of want the one from Spectre, not because I love the movie, but because I love what that watch is. It's like a heritage, like classic look for a Seamaster, but it's also got that Bond lineage. So I kind of want that one as well. But I don't know. I shouldn't, but I want it.
Yes. A lot of things we shouldn't do a lot of things here, but we
True.
do, and it's fun.
True.
What about yourself, Dean? I probably know the answer to this question, but like, do you see yourself collecting something in some shape or form till like the rest of your life?
The end, man. Yeah, absolutely. As long as I'm around, I'll be collecting stuff.
Cool. Yeah. So this one's fun. I'm gonna ask Phil to do question 24 there on the sheet. Can you see that, Phil?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. You go ahead with that there.
What's your ideal display if money and space weren't an option?
Or weren't it? Yeah. Weren't an object or I think I totally butchered that when I wrote it down. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
if money and space were no object.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
It's. I mean, I don't think I could answer that because I don't know. I don't know what that would look like. I'll just have to get there and then let you know. I guess. I didn't think I would even have the display that I have now. To be totally honest, ever. Like I thought that detolfs were my final thing, and then I got my glass cabinets, and then I thought that was my final thing. I never thought I'd be using modular cases just because I thought they were, too pricey. But then I was able to do it. But I am planning on doing something in the future that I'm quite excited about. So, we'll see. It will be changing soon, I think.
Cool. And some people actually answered that. Some people were like, they kind of go, I kind of have it already, which is just cool. Like some people like a movie rooms and stuff like that. And so what about yourself, Dean?
I mean, it would have to be a pretty big room, like a very big room, and I'd love a pool table in the middle because I love playing
nice.
pool, and just like a little bar in the corner over there, a little TV screen up on the wall. And if I had the money and space, I would go with cabinets. It's just practicality, the shelves, because I go back to old figures so much, I just can get them off the shelf. And once things are behind glass, I feel like you shouldn't touch them so much. So if I had the money and the space, it'd be like a big room with nice cases and some stuff out just so you can see it. I like those kind of pillars, rather than shelves. You got those kind of long
pedestals.
I can't think of the word for it. Like a big, and I like them. They look really nice with a nice quarter scale figure on them or a statue or something. Yeah.
Because are you in a basement, Justin?
No, I'm just in a room upstairs in the house. However, I am looking to move to an office studio space, probably start of next year or next year sometime. And it will be quite different. I'll have a lot more space to work with just because I have the collection here and then I've got the boxes in storage and my storage unit fees going up and up and up to the point where it's getting to the point I may as well just take stuff out of the house and then merge it all warehouse and studio above, and then that's going to be my plan. So it should be a little bit more like man cavey, I guess. But we don't really have basements in Australia, which is really annoying because in America, like people have these huge sprawling basements. And I'm like, I wish I could have that as well.
I'd love to have this footprint
so jealous
underneath.
of that.
It would be amazing, right? Like, very frustrating.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead with a 25, Phil, and I'll do 26, and then you can finish 27.
Yeah, sure. So if you could ban one phrase from the collecting community forever, what would it be?
They listed them.
Probably Shane's t-shirt.
No, I don't mind it, but the one I don't like is portrait.
Portrait.
I cannot
sculpt.
stand when people say portrait. I'm like, I just cannot. It turns me off immediately. I'm like,
Is it because it seems two-dimensional?
I don't know. Something about it just seems so like pretentious in a way. It's like, the portrait. It's like, no, it's not. It's just a head sculpt. Come on.
Fair enough.
Typical man cave Dean or something.
Yeah,
that sounds. Your idea does sound great, Dean. I love it.
Savage, yeah. I love that. Like just the idea of like some people like that's like so your collection is in there, but it's also functional like a cinema pool room,
it's a space.
hang out, social, the bar. It's a cool idea.
That's the way to do it, I think.
Yeah. Dean, was there any like phrase that you hear recurring in the community? You're like, I wish I could ban that. Never hear it again in the future.
Well, lately, it kind of really started to kick in when Caustic Plastic started announcing like Exorcist and Labyrinth and Conan, and it just seemed like anything that wasn't Marvel, DC, or Star Wars was being called niche. And these films, these films are amazing classics. And when I think of niche, I think of like I don't know, like the more kind of underground stuff, or you know, like I don't think The Exorcist is niche. Like that's probably the greatest horror film ever made.
Iconic, yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. I think maybe is that young brain kicking in, like, you know, like kind of like, as in young people kind of saying, like, you know, even like people in their 20s might be, it's kind of niche. It's like, just because you weren't around for something doesn't mean it wasn't a cultural juggernaut, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's fair. Niche, yeah, I love that. So this one, there's two questions left. I'm going to ask one, Phil's going to ask the other, then we're going to wrap it up. So this one I finish. The reasoning behind this question is because the first ever comment that I wrote on another 1/6 collecting live stream that got read out was by the guys at the 6 Scale Scavengers. That's why I have the t-shirt, you know. So shout out to them, to Letty and all the boys, Brian and TC. Like the question was, it was during COVID, and like I used to stay up and watch their live streams, and I'd just have a beer and maybe just Chris or whatever like that, and just watch. And it was great because it was like you felt like those people in your room during lockdown, and you know, during lockdown it was just, you know, myself and Megan, so it was actually great. And it was, they're talking about something that you're none of your real life friends want to talk about anyway. But I asked them, hypothetical question, your home was on fire right now. I touch wood, this will never happen to anybody, but everyone, your you know, your family, your pets, your important stuff, people are outside, and you have enough time to safely grab 3/16 scale. I know how ridiculous this sounds. 3/16 scale figures. What are your 3 fire figures?
Oh God.
Justin's sweating. He's stressed out. He's like, oh no.
It's easier now because I've gotten rid of so many. But realistically, I would like grab a tub and like clear out a shelf or something. I don't know. It'll probably be some of the custom. It'll be 3 tubs. It'll be probably the custom, some of the custom stuff, just because I find the things that I'm really most passionate about are the things that I'll put more effort into. You know, I'll spend that money on a custom head sculpt or a custom outfit, or like I want to make it my own because it means more to me. So it would probably be, there would be a Batman. I don't know exactly which Batman it would be. Probably BVS, quite likely. Something Power Rangers, probably one of the movie figures, just because I literally never thought in my wildest dreams anybody would make those movie suits in 1/6 scale. Thank goodness for that third-party company who did it. So one of those. And then it'd have to be a RoboCop. Probably my RoboCop 2 at the moment. I'm curious to see how the Hot Toys one turns out as well, but probably be my custom RoboCop 2 that I painted myself. That one.
Cool. Great choices. What about
Thank you.
yourself, Dean?
Well, I guess one of my Batman Begins customs, I'd have a hard time choosing in the like very panicked moment. Do I keep the Unreal Toys one or the OT Customs one? I think I'd go for the Unreal Toys one because it looks more pissed off. And then it would be the Howling Custom Werewolf and the American Werewolf in London Custom Werewolf, because they're so hard to get. They're so unique.
Excellent. So I'm just closing a poll there we had going there. Which in-art The Walking Dead figure do you prefer? And I'm just ending that poll there. There's 79 votes, which is great. Thank you very much if you voted. And Daryl Dixon has got the win with 54%, followed by
Thought Daryl
Negan
might
at 24. And then Rick was third at 22. So thanks very much for voting. Just getting to get a feel for things there. Phil, the last question. Take it away.
What is the best thing about this hobby?
I'll
For me,
take that one
it'd be a
first.
massive-
Oh, Dean, go Dean.
Yeah, go on. It was pretty brief. It's just it's a great distraction from all the stresses of life, you know.
Good answer.
I mean, it's always there for you. Like, you know, if you lose someone, if a relationship ends, if, you know, you'll still feel miserable during that time, but you'll certainly have something to do, someone to be getting on with. That's the most important thing for me. I don't know what I'd do, because just sitting around playing video games, I don't think would be enough for me. Like, I used to be in bands and play music a lot, and that was great. But, you know, my ears could only takes so much. I got tinnitus forever now. I just got constant ringing in my ears from playing drums for bloody 10 years. But the hobby is just beautiful, man. Like there's the, you know, the photography side of it, and just posing them and excited about getting a new figure in the mail and stuff. Like it's great for you know, just dealing. It's like a coping mechanism, really, but a pleasant one, a really nice one.
It's a great answer. Great answer. What about yourself, Justin?
For me, it's the people. I've met so many people through YouTube. I've made so many friendships that are specific, or not necessarily specific to this, but they started from this. Whereas in my normal everyday life, there is literally nobody I can talk to about this, right? Like, I think we all relate to that in a way. Whereas by collecting and then by extension doing YouTube, I've been able to find people where I can share my interests with, which I always felt quite isolated in collecting because nobody here does it. Like now I've started to discover more and more people locally. Like tonight I'm going to a buddy's house who's a collector, and then another guy that we just met, he's going to come over and we're going to get pizza. It's like now I can, and these all people I've met through YouTube, like that would never have been possible without figures and you know, social networking and YouTube. So it definitely is the people for me.
That's a great answer.
I have to mention that I've had so much kindness from the community in the last like 19 and a half years. People have sent me things and never asked for anything back, and it like, oh, unbelievable. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. Like I've been shown so much love and kindness, and it's almost overwhelming. Don't get me started, Jesus.
They're two fantastic answers, and my one, I'm actually just gonna really quickly there. I just want to give a shout out to this person. I can get everything arranged here. So, just Phil, like Phil has very before Star Wars Celebration 2023. When I started my channel, like I just noticed there was comments there in the live chat and sometimes, you know, on the videos and stuff like that from Phil. And then when I put the Hope Show together, Phil was there from very earlier on. And just like some of his photography, this one here just blew my mind.
I love that.
And he's very kind of humble, like he kind of just does his thing and doesn't fuss too much. He just puts up these absolute bangers every now and then. I'm just like, what's going on here? Like, you know, that one there, or even like you mentioned, Justin, you like the flight ones, like, these are ones that he took at, I presume, the Mac Loop, you know, so
that's crazy.
Spitfire, is it?
Wow. Yeah, what that was a
Spitfire,
it was,
wasn't
it?
It's, I think you can pay something like $2,500 or something to go and fly in the back of it, but
really,
one day, maybe.
That is, expensive way to get yourself covered in puke, but like,
100%.
worth it. But just some really excellent,
beautiful
photos
lighting.
Here. Just click in. Yeah, I love these ones here. They're dark, it's deadly. Like you're speaking my language there with Terminator. So just thanks very much, Phil, for coming on here and taking some of my questions there, giving me a chance.
Really appreciate that, Shane. Thank you.
No problem at all. It's just it's true. I've posted the link in there into the live chat, and I've also would like if I presume you're.
I was going to try and find Phil on Instagram now. Hang on.
I have it in the live chat there. I put it in the live chat.
Yeah, I'll follow you as well, Phil. Those photos are amazing.
Thanks, guys.
And
thank you so much.
I've added in there Dean's Facebook, because that's where he put up those amazing photos of the in-art Negan. So thank you very much, Justin, for joining us. I really appreciate it. I hope I didn't wake you up too early in the morning.
No, of course, absolutely. No, I was already awake. Don't worry. Little one came in at like 6:30 a.m. So
it's no like a little walking, talking alarm clock.
You just hear this shuffling, and then you feel this presence, and you're like, oh god.
Yeah. And as usual, Dean, always a pleasure, man. You're welcome anytime. And of course, Phil, we'll be seeing you. So
thank you, man. Thanks very much.
Really enjoyed
Thanks
that
for
one,
having
folks.
me on.
Anytime. Really enjoyed that one. So massive shout out to anyone who was watching live on the replay. Again, when I started the channel, I was shocked when I got 100 subscribers. Shocked when I got any further than that, and I'm still shocked. So massive shout out to anyone who's ever taken the time to watch any videos, like any videos, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, even the troll. It's all engagement, and I get a kick out of it when I screenshot my responses and send them on to Phil, or not. But really appreciate it. And should we leave it there unless there's any closing thoughts there, folks?
I just want to say thanks to Shane for giving me this incredible opportunity to share a stream with three of the best. They are three of the best. Justin got me into collecting way back when, and then that evolved into watching Dean Knight stuff because I love the werewolf stuff, I love the horror stuff, and obviously Shane yourself giving me that opportunity to jump on your stream many moons ago. Honestly, I messaged Shane earlier and said I'm starstruck. I can't believe I'm being given this opportunity. So thanks, guys. Been a really good show. Fantastic time. Thank you so much.
It's a great way to finish it. Thanks, folks. And sure, we'll probably be back tomorrow night for the Hope Show. Good luck.
Cheers.